every day, assisting the sick and disabled, protecting those who can't protect themselves. Whether they are next door or halfway around the world, this is the journey we are on, our path. We do it to be better husbands, fathers, sons, neighbors, and Catholics. We invest our time, our effort, and our resources into our values: charity, unity, fraternity, patriotism. We come from many places and backgrounds and stages in our lives, but we are all of one faith. It's one thing to say who you are. It's another to put your values into action. That's what we do at the Knights of Columbus.
I'm JB Haller, President and CEO of U.S. Inspect Group, the country's largest home inspection company. We operate nationally across 24 MSAs, and our 30-year-old brand has delivered 3 million inspections. The best real estate brokerages in the country love us because we help their real estate agents get deals closed faster, and we protect their customers. We have a proven business model and positive EBITDA. With new investors, new management, new board, and new products, our mission is to make home inspections as simple and painless as ordering an Uber.
This message is brought to you by US Inspect. For more information, find them online at usinspect.com.
This is Cameron Whalen, broadcaster for the Front Royal Cardinals. The Front Royal Cardinals baseball camps are coming up soon. The Cardinals baseball camp is designed to help the up-and-coming baseball player learn the skills they see used at Bing Crosby Stadium every day by the Front Royal Cardinals baseball players. Leading the camp this year will be the Front Royal coaching staff and players. They have designed the camp to help the campers learn how to master proper fundamentals in a fun and exciting atmosphere. Top-level collegiate baseball players from around the country will be instructing your child on how to play like players do in college. Each camper receives daily individual instruction lectures and demonstrations, individual camp awards, quality coaching, cookout with players the last day of each camp, free passes to all Cardinal home games, and campers will be recognized at Camp Recognition Night. All camps are located at Bing Crosby Stadium in Front Royal. Campers should bring a glove or mitt, baseball shoes, a favorite bat, batting gloves, hat, practice pants, and t-shirt. We ask that all parents please write campers' names on all items. The Front Royal Cardinals are not responsible for loss or damage of any camper's belongings. The Fundamentals Day Camp will be from June 20th through 23rd, 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. The Pitchers and Catchers Camp will run from June 27th through the 29th from 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Each camp is $75 for a registration fee, or both is $140. Sign your child up today at frontroyalcardinals.org/camps. We hope to see you at the Bing this season for camps and for the regular season. Go Cardinals!
What makes a place great? Is it an incredible landscape, unique in the world, carved over the eons into rolling mountains and gentle valleys? Is it the rivers that sing and shout and flow into breathtaking chasms? Is it the trails that lead over hills and to the edges of beautiful views? Is it the natural places and things, big and small, and the outdoor places that people have enjoyed for generations? Or is it the people themselves, the people who've turned this land into an inviting refuge for art and culture and festivals and celebrations of all the things that make life great? The people who make food grown fresh and served with creativity and care, who make wine and beer and donuts from scratch. People who have shown travelers from all over the world all of the things there are to do and see and experience. What if greatness wasn't one of these things, or even a few of these things, but all of them together?
This message is brought to you by Warren County Government.
It was a code 10, hard water again. Worst part is Claire was unaware.
Hey, Culligan, our water makes my skin and hair feel like I'm 90.
Okay, are you 90?
I'm not.
Okay, secondly, how do you feel about high-efficiency water softeners from Culligan Water?
What?
And thirdly, how do you feel about smoother skin and luxurious hair?
Goodly. I feel very good about that.
That's the power of water. Stay soft, right?
You stay soft.
Good water doesn't just come to you. Oh, wait. In this case, yes, it does.
The Wines family and Wines Bookkeeping LLC are proud supporters of the Front Royal Cardinals. Wines Bookkeeping specializes in a variety of business and tax services with outstanding support. We understand how busy you are, and with our expertise, we can take our care of your business needs quickly and effectively. Wines Bookkeeping has been serving the Front Royal area for over 50 years. Wines Bookkeeping LLC, your business services professionals.
Green to Ground Electrical is a proud sponsor of the Front Royal Cardinals. Green to Ground is a Class A electrical contractor serving the Shenandoah Valley and Northern Virginia region. Building relationships since 2019 by being reliable, dependable, and trustworthy. Offering both residential and commercial services, no job is too big for our team to handle. We are a licensed and insured company, serving customers peace of mind, one circuit at a time. Welcome to Hazard Mill Farms, located in the beautiful Appalachian foothills of Virginia. The farm offers lodging, a retreat center, and catering. We also offer a wide range of outdoor activities and recreation. Located on the banks of the Shenandoah River, we invite you to enjoy many river activities, swimming, tubing, and canoeing. We provide many options for your wedding and other events. If you want a peaceful place to relax, spend time with family, simply enjoy the beauty of the surrounding area, or host a killer event, Hazard Mill Farms is the perfect place for you. All of our rental spaces are available for your special event. Visit hazardmillfarm.com to reserve today.
You're listening to Front Royal Cardinals Baseball.
That ball is high. It is far. It is gone. Trent Chipcode with the solo home run.
Live on StretchInternet.com and on the Royal Examiner website.
It is lined out into center field. It is high. It is far. It is gone. It's a grand slam into center field.
The 2022 Front Royal Cardinals season is presented by the Wines family and Wines Bookkeeping, the Town of Front Royal, Warren County Government, Cedarville Rotary Club, the Knights of Columbus, Christendom College, Midway Service Center and Towing, Dominion Health and Fitness, Culligan Water, Hazards Mill Farms, Brody Michael Foundation, Kenny Sports Shop, Woods Cove Assisted Living, Green to Ground, U.S. Inspect, Lindsay Chevrolet, TLC Settlements, Reaching Out Now, and the Front Royal Little League.
That is hit on direction of left field. Looks to be foul. Did he make the catch? He did!
Now, here's the pregame show, live from Bing Crosby Stadium.
Indeed, it is the pregame show here from Bing Crosby Stadium. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Saturday evening baseball here at the Bing in a very somewhat rare for the month of June installment of Front Royal Cardinals baseball game. Good evening. You're listening to Front Royal Cardinals baseball on the Front Royal Cardinals radio network on StretchInternet.com and on the Royal Examiner. The Front Royal Cardinals coming into this game 3 wins and 3 losses, as are the River Bandits coming into this one. The Cardinals are on a 1-game win streak, and the River Bandits are on a 2-game win streak, coming from 1-3 record now, tying their record at 3-3. Front Royal also at a 3-3 record. We will go into the starting lineups for this evening, as we will take a look at the Woodstock River Bandits lineup by my partner, Matthew Wiseman.
For the Woodstock River Bandits tonight, leading off is left fielder R.J. Stinson. R.J. Stinson's a righty-righty, 5'10", 215 pounds, a senior from William Carey University from Pine Bluff, Arizona. Hitting 2 today for the Woodstock River Bandits is third baseman Braden Forchich. Left-handed hitter, right-handed thrower, 6'1", 175 pounds, junior from Florida Southwestern State from Boca Raton, Florida. Hitting third today for the River Bandits is Jack Spike. He will be playing first base for them today. Righty-righty, 6'3", 215 pounds, a sophomore from Winthrop University from Lawrenceville, Georgia. Cleaning up today for the River Bandits is Tristan Moore. He will be DHing tonight. He's a lefty-lefty, 6'3", 190 pounds, a sophomore from Palm Beach State College from Coronado, California. Hitting fifth today will be Tomas Sanchez, righty. He will be playing right field tonight. 6'2", 210 pounds, a junior from Texas Wesleyan University from DeWitt, Virginia. Hitting sixth tonight is Jose Hernandez. He will be playing short tonight. He is a righty, 6'2", 190 pounds, freshman from Miami-Dade, C.C. Kendall from Miami, Florida. Hitting seventh tonight, and behind the dish for the River Bandits is switch hitting catcher Justin Walks. He is 6'2", 200 pounds, sophomore from Nova Southeastern University from Pembroke Pines, Florida. Hitting eighth tonight will be center fielder Colin Tremblay, righty, 6'3", 195 pounds, junior from DeSales University from Fork River, New Jersey. And rounding out the lineup tonight, playing second base will be Ty Johnson, 5'10", righty, 145 pounds, sophomore from Cohen University from Williamston, North Carolina. And finally, making his debut in the Valley Baseball League today will be Steven Pena. He will be on the bump today. He is a right-handed hitter, left-handed thrower, 5'10", 190 pounds from East College, and he's a freshman from Hockley, Texas. That is your starting lineup and your pitcher for the Woodstock River Bandits for tonight's game at Bing Crosby Stadium.
Again, the River Bandits are on a 2-game win streak to go from a 1-3 record to a 3-3 record coming into this evening's game. Their previous win coming last evening, hosting the Cannons in a 4-0 shutout at Woodstock. Also, a game of note, the River Bandits played the Rebels on Wednesday, June 8th, and defeated them 7-3. And the Cardinals picking up their first win over the River Bandits in the series against them this season, 3-2 last Monday. The River Bandits looking into this game at a total batting average of .276, sitting at 214 total at-bats as a team, 34 runs, 59 hits, and 25 walks. The Newmarket Rebels, in the meantime, have lost. That game was their first game of the streak that they have lost, so they're looking for a bounce back this evening at Winchester. And Winchester, in fact, is on a 1-game losing streak as well to the Express last evening, 4-3 at First Bank Park. The Front Royal Cardinals, in the meantime, are on a bounce back off of a 1-game win streak over the Newmarket Rebels last night. A 10-7 ball game that saw the Cardinals down 6-2 going into the third inning. Both teams scored a run in the fourth to make it 7-3. Then the Cardinals picked up 5 runs total between the fifth and the sixth inning combined. Added 2 more in the eighth to take the game 10-7, which picks their record up to 3-3. Their previous games was an 11-4 loss against the Winchester Royals here on Wednesday, this previous Wednesday, and the River Bandits again on Monday, a 3-2 win, and losing to the Newmarket Rebels 4-2 here at the confines of Bing Crosby Stadium. Next game will be on Tuesday, June 14th at First Bank Park against the Strasburg Express, with first pitch starting at 7 o'clock. Leading for the North Division for the Valley Baseball League is the Strasburg Express, sitting 4 wins, 1 loss, followed by the Rebels at 4-3. Cardinals and Woodstock are tied at a third place 3-3 record. Winchester coming in the 4th spot, or rather the 5th spot, counting the ties, 3-4, and Percival leading the caboose at 2-5. The South Division leaders are Harrisonburg and Covington tied for first. In the third spot, counting the ties, is Charlottesville in 3-3, Stanton in 4th, 2-3, as well as another tie in 4th. Waynesboro as well is 2-3. Here's your Front Royal Cardinals starting lineup for this evening. The man leading off for the Cardinals is Brody Popple playing left field, a 5'11", 188-pound sophomore out of Florida A&M, hometown of Tallahassee, Florida. In the 2 spot, the center fielder, number 6, Anthony Basio, a 6', 185-pound senior out of Widener University. In the 3 spot, a newbie for the season, but a returner, one of the few, we have 2 returners. Let me take that back. One of the 2 returners that we had back, and one of the most anticipated, at least in the broadcast booth, a.k.a. for me, shortstop number 2, Trent Jeffcoat, will be getting the start at the 3 spot. A 6', 175-pound player out of the University of West Florida, hometown of Pensacola, Florida. In the cleanup spot, the third baseman, number 7, Riley Frost, who has been moved from shortstop, as Jeffcoat will start there. A 6', 185-pound junior out of the University of North Georgia, hometown of Roswell, Georgia. In the 5th spot, the right fielder, number 17, Dallas Height, a 6'2", 205-pound senior out of Penn State, Harrisburg, hometown of Lilly, Pennsylvania. In the 6th spot, the catcher, number 26, Noah Carter, getting his first start here as a Cardinal in the confines of Bing Crosby Stadium. A 6', 190-pound sophomore out of the College of Charlestown, hometown of Hamer, South Carolina. In the 7th spot, the DH, number 10, Henry Novicki, 6'3", 175-pound senior out of Bucknell University, hometown of Wapwallopin, Pennsylvania. In the 8th spot, the second baseman, number 9, Connor Frost, a 6', 185-pound junior out of the University of North Georgia, hometown of Roswell. In the 9th spot, the first baseman, number 5, Drew Camp, a 6'2", 190-pound senior out of Longwood University, hometown of South Chesterfield, Virginia. And starting on the bump for the Cardinals this evening is number 8, Jack Cosa, 6', 195-pound senior out of Alvernia University, hometown of Phoenixville, Pennsylvania. The coaching staff for the Cardinals is Clint Marsh is your head coach. The assistant is Joe Allen, and our baseball operations manager here for the Front Royal Cardinals is Miss Donna Settle. So, Matthew, what did you see in the pregame that would bring to your attention for this game for both teams, or at least for Front Royal for this evening?
Well, they look good in the cages, but then again, everybody looks good in the cages just because these guys are in college. They have great swings, so they're going to look good in the cages. But what I'm looking forward to today is to see if we can continue that 10-run output from last game against the Rebels into tonight's game against the River Bandits, because it feels like Front Royal has been the tale of two stories. Either the pitching is on, but the hitting is off, or the hitting is on and the pitching is off. And luckily, we've gotten the 2 wins against in those games where the pitching hasn't been nearly as solid, giving up 7 runs and 9 runs. But in those games, respectively, the Cardinals have scored 10 runs and 15 runs. One of those games being at Bing Crosby Stadium as the opener. But hopefully tonight they can do it on both ends, and that's pitching and hitting.
We take a break here on the Front Royal Cardinals Radio Network. When we return, we will take a brief look at the returning player, number 2, Trent Jeffcoat, who will return to the lineup as a Cardinal for the second consecutive season as the shortstop here. In the meantime, we take a break here on the Front Royal Cardinals Radio Network. As we take a brief sideline, we'd like to remind you that Front Royal Cardinals baseball camps are coming up. Following this advertisement, we will come back to you in just a moment after hearing a couple words from our sponsors. This is Cameron Whalen, broadcaster for the Front Royal Cardinals. The Front Royal Cardinals baseball camps are coming up soon. The Cardinals baseball camp is designed to help the up-and-coming baseball player learn the skills they see used at Bing Crosby Stadium every day by the Front Royal Cardinals baseball players. Leading the camp this year will be the Front Royal coaching staff and players. They have designed the camp to help the campers learn how to master proper fundamentals in a fun and exciting atmosphere. Top-level collegiate baseball players from around the country will be instructing your child on how to play like players do in college. Each camper receives daily individual instruction lectures and demonstrations, individual camp awards, quality coaching, cookout with players the last day of each camp, free passes to all Cardinal home games, and campers will be recognized at Camp Recognition Night. All camps are located at Bing Crosby Stadium in Front Royal. Campers should bring a glove or mitt, baseball shoes, a favorite bat, batting gloves, hat, practice pants, and t-shirt. We ask that all parents please write campers' names on all items. The Front Royal Cardinals are not responsible for loss or damage of any camper's belongings. The Fundamentals Day Camp will be from June 20th through 23rd, 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. The Pitchers and Catchers Camp will run from June 27th through the 29th from 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Each camp is $75 for a registration fee, or both is $140. Sign your child up today at frontroyalcardinals.org/camps. We hope to see you at the Bing this season for camps and for the regular season. Go Cardinals!
I'm JB Howler, President and CEO of U.S. Inspect Group, the country's largest home inspection company. We operate nationally across 24 MSAs, and our 30-year-old brand has delivered 3 million inspections. The best real estate brokerages in the country love us because we help their real estate agents get deals closed faster, and we protect their customers. We have a proven business model and positive EBITDA. With new investors, new management, new board, and new products, our mission is to make home inspections as simple and painless as ordering an Uber.
This message is brought to you by US Inspect. For more information, find them online at usinspect.com.
The Knights of Columbus. Catholic men building a bridge back to faith. There's much work to be done in this world. Good work, necessary work. And that's what the Knights do every day. Assisting the sick and disabled, protecting those who can't protect themselves. Whether they are next door or halfway around the world, this is the journey we are on, our path. We do it to be better husbands, fathers, sons, neighbors, and Catholics. We invest our time, our effort, and our resources into our values: charity, unity, fraternity, patriotism. We come from many places and backgrounds and stages in our lives, but we are all of one faith. It's one thing to say who you are, it's another to live it, to put your values into action. That's what we do at the Knights of Columbus. That's who we are.
We welcome you back to Bing Crosby Stadium for our pregame coverage of this evening's game, and we will have a quick rundown here over the returner for the Cardinals this season, playing shortstop number 2, Trent Jeffcoat, as our good friend across the hall, Harold Chun, is announcing the starting lineups for both teams this evening. He will announce a returning player for the Cardinals this season. It is none other than number 2, Trent Jeffcoat, who comes this year from the University of West Florida. Last year he came from, I believe it was Pensacola Community College, as he transferred in the offseason. Jeffcoat, a 170-pound sophomore at West Florida, his high school, his Tate High School, hometown of Pensacola, Florida. For the Cardinals last season, he'd helped record 17 wins, and in that time he appeared in 40 games, had 145 at-bats, 30 runs, 47 hits, and had 21 walks and 20 RBIs, with a combined total batting average of .324. In this season at West Florida, he is looking at four hits in a game as a season high, 2 doubles, 1 triple, 1 home run, 4 runs scored, 4 runs batted in, 2 stolen bases, 7 assists, and 6 putouts this season at West Florida. This season, he has a batting average of .371, started in 46 games. Out of those 46 games, had 178 at-bats, 49 runs, and 66 hits. That is our brief look at Trent Jeffcoat, the returning player for the Front Royal Cardinals, here as the Front Royal Cardinals starting lineups are announced here. We will, in fact, take a sideline once the starting lineups have concluded. However, we would like to highlight Trent Jeffcoat as he comes back to the lineup for the Front Royal Cardinals this season. As we get down to Noah Carter in the lineup here at Bing Crosby Stadium. The Cardinals coming into this game 3-3, as are the River Bandits. At home, they are 0-1 in tied records between both teams coming in, as the previous game against Winchester here on Wednesday was a 2-2 game for both. And now the Royals went up in that record 3-2. The Cardinals falling 2-3. As we get set and ready to start this game, the Woodstock River Bandits will come off, or out of their dugout, rather. And the Cardinals will do the same here, as we will take a sideline during the national anthem up until the game starts here. This is Front Royal Cardinals Baseball. I'll come to you in just a moment on the Front Royal Cardinals Radio Network.
Demonstrated track record of providing improved quality of life for our residents is evident in the satisfaction our families feel and the contentment our residents experience daily. We focus on quality healthcare that is family-centered and involve you, their family in their healthcare plan. We understand that the services we provide should reflect the care a family member would afford our residents. Contact us at 540-636-6611 or visit us at 201 West Kreiser Road in Front Royal. At Woods Cove, your family is our family.
TLC Settlements is a proud sponsor of the 2022 Cardinals. When buying, selling, or refinancing your investment, TLC Settlements, LLC believes that every transaction is important, no matter how big or how small. The trustworthy team of Tracy, Lucy, and Christy bring 55-plus years experience in the industry. We are dedicated to and take pride in the service that we give to each and every customer. Although we do many closings each month, every closing is very important to us. Our service speaks for itself at TLC Settlements.
What makes a place great? Is it an incredible landscape, unique in the world, carved over the eons into rolling mountains and gentle valleys? Is it the rivers that sing and shout and flow into breathtaking chasms? Is it the trails that lead over hills and to the edges of beautiful views? Is it the natural places and things, big and small, and the outdoor places that people have enjoyed for generations? Or is it the people themselves? The people who've turned this land into an inviting refuge for art and culture and festivals and celebrations of all the things that make life great. The people who make food grown fresh and served with creativity and care, who make wine and beer and donuts from scratch. People who have shown travelers from all over the world all of the things there are to do and see and experience. What if greatness wasn't one of these things, or even a few of these things, but all of them together?
This message is brought to you by Warren County Government.
And we welcome you to Bing Crosby Stadium for this evening's game between the Woodstock River Bandits and your homestanding Front Royal Cardinals. Jack Cosa is on the mound to start things off here, as he will deal the ball to start things off to the leadoff batter for the River Bandits, number 6, R.J. Stinson, the left fielder, a 5'10", 215-pound senior out of William Carey University, hometown of Pine Bluff, Arkansas, as that's missed for ball 2. The count is now 2-0 here for the leadoff batter, Stinson, in his opening at-bat of the game for the River Bandits. Cosa sets and deals the 2-0. That's missed outside of the strike zone for ball 3, and the count now goes up 3-0 for Cosa, or my apologies, for Stinson, rather. Cosa sets and will deal the 3-0. That is down the alley for a strike 1, so the count is now 3-1 for R.J. Stinson, his opening at-bat of this evening's contest. And my apologies, during the break, we had a brief outage on our computer for the stream, so I have to pull everything back up. I hope it did not affect your listening experience, at least on stretchinternet.com. The Royal Examiner should have been perfectly fine. It just would have touched Stretch as we are getting things back up here. That's upstairs for ball 4 off the full count. So R.J. Stinson gets the first walk of the famous 90-foot walk of fame of this evening's game, as that will call up the second batter in the lineup, Braden Forchick. The third baseman this evening for the River Bandits, a 6'1", 175-pound junior out of Florida Southwestern State College, hometown of Boca Raton, Florida. First pitch to him is missed for ball 1, so the count is 0-1 to start things off here for Forchick in his opening at-bat of this evening's game. He comes into this game 2 for 4 with a .500 batting average. He has 2 RBIs on the season, as that one goes down the strike zone for strike number 1. The count now evens at 1 ball and 1 strike here for batter number 2. The River Bandits do have R.J. Stinson on first off a walk. The playback at first will not be in time. It was not on cue either, as the first baseman, Drew Camp, for the Cardinals wasn't even on the bag to make that play. So the count is even 1 ball and 1 strike here for Forchick. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. That's cracked on, but will be fouled on the first base side. It will leave the park, however, so the count will go down now for Forchick. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And again, our apologies if you're listening on Stretch and your listening experiences, it is interrupted. Our computer has been having a couple technical difficulties. It's been shutting off randomly, as here comes the 1-2. That's missed for ball 2, and the runner will steal to second off of the drop behind the plate by Noah Carter. So the count will go even, 2 balls, 2 strikes now for Forchick. But as I was saying, again, our apologies if your listening experience on stretchinternet.com is interrupted this evening. Our computer, for some reason, has been shutting off randomly in the evening, and it's been kind of hard to keep it back up, as we've got it to where we want it right now. And that's cut on and missed for strike 3. Kosa picks up his first strikeout of the evening, his 3rd of the season. And out number 1 is recorded here off of the second batter. That brings up Jack Spike, number 31, the first baseman, a 6'3", 215-pound sophomore out of Winthrop University, hometown of Lawrenceville, Georgia. But just to wrap that up, again, our apologies if your listening experience on stretchinternet.com is interrupted this evening. It is due to technical difficulties that are, in fact, out of our control this evening. Runner on second is R.J. Stinson following the steal off of the drop behind the plate, as that's down the strike zone for a strike 1. The count is 0-1 to start things off here for Spike in his opening at bat of the game. He comes into this 2 for 3. That's a .666 batting average. Here comes the 0-1. That's cut and missed for strike 2. So the count is now 0-2 for Spike. Again, opening at bat of the game, sits 2 for 3 coming into this game. Facing an 0-2 with 1 out down, top of the first. No score, but R.J. Stinson stands on second for the River Bandits. Here comes the 0-2. That is cracked too short. Jeff Coate makes the throw to first. The play is in time. And out number 2 is recorded here as Spike goes down cutting. That'll bring up the cleanup batter, Tristan Moore, the designated hitter, a 6'3", 190-pound sophomore out of Palm Beach State College, hometown of Coronado, California. So Jeff Coate getting his first play as a Cardinal in the 2022 season. Again, he is one of the 2 returners coming back for the Cardinals. That's cracked to second, and that play will be fielded in time for out number 3. So good defense here for the Cardinals, as they bring 4 up and will send 3 back. They will strand R.J. Stinson off of a walk and a steal at second. As we return to you on the Front Row Cardinals Radio Network, it is a scoreless game going into the bottom half of the first inning.
I'm J.B. Howler, President and CEO of U.S. Inspect Group, the country's largest home inspection company. We operate nationally across 24 MSAs, and our 30-year-old brand has delivered 3 million inspections. The best real estate brokerages in the country love us because we help their real estate agents get deals closed faster, and we protect their customers. We have a proven business model and positive EBITDA. With new investors, new management, new board, and new products, our mission is to make home inspections as simple and painless as ordering an Uber.
This message is brought to you by US Inspect. For more information, find them online at usinspect.com. The Wines Family and Wines Bookkeeping LLC are proud supporters of the Front Royal Cardinals. Wines Bookkeeping specializes in a variety of business and tax services with outstanding support. We understand how busy you are, and with our expertise, we can take our care of your business needs quickly and effectively. Wines Bookkeeping has been serving the Front Royal area for over 50 years. Wines Bookkeeping LLC, your business services professionals.
It was a code 10, hard water again. Worst part is Claire was unaware.
Hey, Culligan, our water makes my skin and hair feel like I'm 90.
Okay, are you 90?
I'm not.
Okay, secondly, how do you feel about high-efficiency water softeners from Culligan Water?
What?
And thirdly, how do you feel about smoother skin and luxurious hair?
Goodly. I feel very good about that.
That's the power of water. Stay soft, right?
You stay soft.
Good water doesn't just come to you. Oh, wait. In this case, yes, it does.
Green 2 Ground Electrical is a proud sponsor of the Front Royal Cardinals. Green to Ground is a Class A electrical contractor serving the Shenandoah Valley and Northern Virginia region. Building relationships since 2019 by being reliable, dependable, and trustworthy. Offering both residential and commercial services, no job is too big for our team to handle. We are a licensed and insured company, serving customers peace of mind, one circuit at a time.
As we welcome you back to Bing Crosby Stadium, it is Brody Popple at the plate for the Cardinals this evening to start things off here. First pitch to him is missed for ball one, so the count starts out 1-0 for Popple, the leadoff batter, playing left field this evening for the Cardinals. Steven Pena starting out this evening for the River Bandits on the mound, as he will deal a ball on the next one. It is a 2-0 count on the next one for Brody Popple in his opening at-bat of this evening's game. 2-0 is cut and missed for strike one, my apologies. 3 comes from 3 for 20 on the season for Popple. That's a 150. He has 1 RBI on the season, as that would almost be a cut and a look. However, it will be a 3-1 count on the next one, as it was called a ball. And here comes the 3-1 that is cut and missed for strike 2, and the count now fills at 3 balls and 2 strikes here for Brody Popple in his opening at-bat of this evening's game.
The 3-2 is dealt and hit up the middle and caught by the shortstop right there.
That was, in fact, a beautiful catch by the shortstop, Jose Hernandez. As if he didn't catch that there, it would have bounced, as that calls up out number 1 and Anthony Basio up to the plate.
Yeah, that was a nice piece of hitting right there by Brody. Just went right back up the middle with it, just right at the shortstop right there. Nothing he can do about it. So hopefully Basio can get the tables going for the Cardinals here as the pitch is dealt and low for ball 1, 1-0.
1-0 is the count for Basio, who comes into this game 8 for 23. That is a 347. He's got a home run and 6 RBIs in the process, as pitch number 2 is missed to him for ball 2. Count goes up for Basio, 2-0 here with 1 out down. Here comes the 2-0. That's missed for ball 3, and the count now goes up 3-0. Scoreboard is not right. It says 2-0, but it is in fact 3-0. And there it is. Here comes the 3-0. That is missed downstairs, ball 4. Anthony Basio will take the 90-foot walk of fame. It is the first walk given up by Pena in this game, which will call up Riley Frost, the third baseman this evening for the Cardinals.
It's actually Jeff Coat for his debut here at not only Bing Crosby Stadium, but his Valley League baseball debut for this season, as he played last season, and he's a returning player, as we have mentioned previously in the broadcast, as he sets in with a runner on first and 1 out. And the pitch, low and away, 1-0 to Jeff Coat.
You won't believe it, but the point streak actually updated the second I looked at it, and that was probably 2.5 seconds after the batter went back. So that's not a common, or that's a very uncommon thing, rather, to have your point streak page update literally right as the batter is done, as Jeffcoat fouls that one off for strike one. So it is, in fact, a good thing to see Jeffcoat back, as he helped contribute to the 17 wins the Cardinals posted last season. They were 5th overall in the North Division. They stand 3rd so far, or a tie for 3rd against the River Bandits coming into this game. Jeffcoat did, in fact, hit a couple home runs on the season. One I was on the call for last season was to left field. The count is now 2-1 for Jeffcoat. 2-1 here, 1 out down the bottom half of the first. Trent Jeffcoat coming up to the plate for his Cardinal debut in the 2022 season. Again, he is a returner from last year, one of the few. I think there are 2 returners, counting him, as he will face a ball on the next one. The count will now go up for him, 3-1 strike.
Yeah, right now for Jeffcoat, he's just looking to do some damage, maybe put one up the middle. Last thing he wants is ground into a double play, but he has a good count right here with 3-1 and a runner on first. So base hit ball 4 is pretty ideal for the Cardinals right now, as Payne deals, and it is
that is
popped
into center. Tremblay, the center fielder, or my apologies, the shortstop Hernandez looks to make the play, and he does. So Jeffcoat won't get on base this time, as that will bring up Riley Frost, the third baseman.
Yeah, last time we saw Riley was in the 3 spot, and now with Jeffcoat in the lineup, we see Riley in the 4 spot, which is much different than when we saw him earlier in the season hitting leadoff for the Cardinals. But maybe they see something like RBI production that they lack a little bit, but they see that Riley can produce some of those runs, and the 4 spot's a great spot in the lineup to be able to drive in some runs as he's ready for the 0-0 pitch. And Bossio's off to second, and
that play won't be in time.
He
is in time. That is, in fact, in time. Bossio couldn't quite get there on time. The throw was quicker than I anticipated, as Bossio goes out, or gets caught stealing, and the side retires here for the Cardinals. So we go through one complete. It is a scoreless game on the Front Royal Cardinals radio network, stretchinternet.com, and the Royal Examiner. And again, if you are listening on Stretch and your listening experience is interrupted, again, it is my apologies for that. Our computer has been spotty this evening, as it's been shutting off randomly, and I just got it fixed, and it shut off just before the game was getting ready to start here. But we're sticking to it. That's our story. We're sticking to it as we come back to you. It is a top of the second scoreless game. Woodstock looks to pick up some hits here, as both teams scoreless on the score and the hit column. We return to you from Bing Crosby Stadium, going in the top half of the second. Front Royal Cardinals Radio Network.
Overlooking the scenic Shenandoah River in a lovely sylvan setting, our campus is spacious, yet inviting, rich in culture, beauty, and history. It is a setting well suited for our time-tested Catholic liberal arts curriculum, the same education that has inspired and produced the greatest men and women of Christendom over the past 2,000 years. Inside and outside the classroom, you will experience an integrated life. Here, you will strengthen your intellect in such a powerful way that you will have the ability to master any subject, no matter how complex the vocational calling. You will thrive in a supportive and Christ-centered culture dedicated to helping you realize your potential. Our education is not an education for the faint of heart, but for those willing to accept the bold and challenging call from God to become the great men or women that He wants them to be. Dare to join us. Dare to be great.
Welcome back to Bing Crosby Stadium, as Tomas Sanchez just got his first at-bat of the game. It is a pop fly out to center field. Sanchez coming into the game 8 for 25. It's a 320. He will go down 0 for 1 so far in this game, as that brings up the shortstop Jose Hernandez, a 6'2", 190-pound freshman out of Miami-Dade Community College from Kendall, hometown of Miami, Florida.
That was a nice play by Bossio on that last fly ball. It was a little high for a fly ball, and it was a little to right center, as that pitch is on the outside corner, strike one. It is 1-1. And that was a nice play by Bossio to get over to right center and track that ball and make the play on Tomas as the 1-1 comes in, and it is inside 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strikes now for Hernandez. His opening at bat of the game, he sits 10 for 24 coming into this game. That's a .416. In that time, he's recorded a home run and 4 RBIs as he will look at a strike on the next one, and the count now even / goes down for him. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And there is 1 out down in this top half of the second. It is a scoreless ball game. Here comes the 2-2 that's cracked in the direction of third. And Riley Frost will not make that scoop. It is an error at third as Riley Frost cannot come up with the ball there and inevitably not come up with that play. So Hernandez will get on base off of an error at 5. And that will bring up the 7th batter in the lineup, Justin Walks, catching. 6'2", 200-pound sophomore out of Nova Southeastern University, hometown of Pembroke. Let's not combine my words. Pembroke Pines, Florida.
Nice pitch right there by Jack Cosa. Got the broken bat, but Riley just couldn't make the play as he was charging in. And this one is bounced on to short. They can only get 1 out here, and it gets away.
That cannon from Jeffcoat did, in fact, get past Drew Camp, and runners will advance an extra base off of that, off of the error at 3. And that's something that I think the Cardinals are going to have to get used to because Jeffcoat, in fact, has a cannon of an arm. He can make plays quicker than what you think as 1 out is still on the board.
Yeah, that pitch was that throw was a little low for Camp, and he had to scoop that one out, and he just came up too early and didn't come up with the ball there as it got by him. And now it's 2nd and 3rd with 1 out, coming off of 2 straight errors by the Cardinals. Jack Cosa not loving his defense right now, but hoping to get out of this one without any runs coming across the plate for the River Bandits.
Center fielder Colin Tremblay comes up to the plate. He will look at a strike to start things off. So he faces no one on the next one. The 6'3", 195-pound junior out of DeSales University, hometown of Forked River, New Jersey, coming into this game with a 200 batting average, sitting 1 for 5 as he will crack that one through for a base hit. 1 run will score. Will it be 2? It, in fact, will. The second score is number 22. Justin Walks. He will come in standing up. There we go. As it is hit number 2 on the night for the River Bandits and a 2-0 score here for the 9th batter in the lineup, second baseman Ty Johnson, a 5'10", 145-pound sophomore out of Chowan University, hometown of Williamstown. I was correct, North Carolina.
Yeah, that's rough for Jack Cosa as he checks on the runner at first base, Colin Tremblay, as he should be out of this inning right now, as he had 2 errors in this inning alone. So it's always hard because you want to just get out and hope that your defense can make the plays for you. So right now he has to work a little bit more than he would like with a runner on first and 1 out and 2 runs across the plate. As this one gets away from the catcher here, Noah Carter, as that ball was in the dirt. And tough ball to block as it was all the way in the left-hand batter's box by the time it hit the dirt.
In fact, the runner Colin Tremblay rounded to second and went about 35-40%, you would say, of the way to third, but did in fact go back. So the count is 1 ball, no strikes here for the 9th batter in the lineup, Ty Johnson, the second baseman. He comes into this game as a rookie in the Valley Baseball League. He's got nothing on the stat sheet for him. As he faces a 2-0, Costa looks back at second. Nobody home to make the play. Here comes the 2-0. That's cracked in the direction of right center. Will drop for a base hit. It will be Dallas Height picking it up. However, it will not be in time for the score for Colin Tremblay. So that's 3 runs giving up this frame for the River Bandits. And it is a 3-0 ball game. The River Bandits lead here in the top half of the second. As we round the lineup, it'll go back to the leadoff batter, R.J. Stinson, playing left field.
Stinson walked his first at-bat on a 3-2 count, and he really just took all of those pitches because he got to 3-0 and then didn't see see one he liked from then on out and got ball 4 as this one is low and away for ball 1. So with a runner on first base and 1 out again, Jack Cosa hoping to not allow that runner to get to second base and keep the double play in order here for his defense.
1-0 count is missed for ball 2, and now it is a 2-0 count here for the original leadoff batter, R.J. Stinson, as he comes in this game 6 for 24. That is a .250 batting average. He has accumulated 4 RBIs out of those 6 hits. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. That is down the strike zone for a ball, or rather strike 1. The count is now 2 balls and a strike here for Stinson, and his first statistical at-bat of the game, walk pending. So here comes the 2-1. That is cracked on, but will be fouled on the right side. So the count will now go down to an even count of 2 balls, 2 strikes here for the original leadoff batter out of William Carey University. The throwback to first is made, but it is not in time. And if you can hear, in fact, a high-pitched buzzing noise, that is our fire alarm panel. If you hear that, please ignore it. It does that every couple of weeks. That's popped up, looked to be playable by Drew Camp at first. The play is made, so the first statistical at-bat for R.J. Stinson doesn't go his way. And out number 2 is recorded here in this second frame of the game. As we go to batter number 2, Braden Forshik, the third baseman. He is 0 for 1 this evening, a 2 for 5 now on the season, sitting at a .400 batting average now coming into this game. Here comes the pitch that's popped up, looked to be playable into left. It is Popple who makes the catch out there, and the side retires, but not before the River Bandits can show their dominance early. It is a 3-0 ball game. As we come back to you on the Front Royal Cardinals radio network, it is a 3-0 ball game. The River Bandits lead. This is Cameron Whalen, broadcaster for the Front Royal Cardinals. The Front Royal Cardinals baseball camps are coming up soon. The Cardinals baseball camp is designed to help the up-and-coming baseball player learn the skills they see used at Bing Crosby Stadium every day by the Front Royal Cardinals baseball players. Leading the camp this year will be the Front Royal coaching staff and players. They have designed the camp to help the campers learn how to master proper fundamentals in a fun and exciting atmosphere. Top-level collegiate baseball players from around the country will be instructing your child on how to play like players do in college. Each camper receives daily individual instruction lectures and demonstrations, individual camp awards, quality coaching, cookout with players the last day of each camp, free passes to all Cardinal home games, and campers will be recognized at Camp Recognition Night. All camps are located at Bing Crosby Stadium in Front Royal. Campers should bring a glove or mitt, baseball shoes, a favorite bat, batting gloves, hat, practice pants, and t-shirt. We ask that all parents please write campers' names on all items. The Front Royal Cardinals are not responsible for loss or damage of any camper's belongings. The Fundamentals Day Camp will be from June 20th through 23rd, 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. The Pitchers and Catchers Camp will run from June 27th through the 29th from 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Each camp is $75 for a registration fee, or both is $140. Sign your child up today at frontroyalcardinals.org/camps. We hope to see you at the Bing this season for camps and for the regular season. Go Cardinals! A reminder to sign your child up for the Front Royal Cardinals camps coming up at the end of June. The first camp being the Fundamentals Camp on June 20th through the 23rd, and the Pitchers and Catchers Camps coming up on June 27th and running through the 29th. All camps run from 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. and being $75. That popped into right field, will be caught, however. That is, in fact, a great play by the right fielder for the River Bandits, Tomas Sanchez, as Riley Frost pops out to right. As that brings up Dallas Height, the right fielder for the Cardinals, a 6'2", 205-pound senior out of Penn State, Harrisburg. And we welcome you back on the Front Royal Cardinals radio network following our brief message from the Cardinals organization. That one is low and away for ball 1. The count starts out 1-0 here for Height, his opening at-bat of this evening's game. Ball 2 is dealt following that one as Height faces 2-0 on the next one. He is 4 for 14 coming into this game. That's a .285. 1 home run and 4 RBIs on the season. Here comes the 2-0 that is cracked and fouled possibly came off the catcher's helmet off the foul. So the count is now 2 balls and 1 strike here for Height. Again, his opening at-bat of the game, got 4 hits on the season. Cardinals trail 3-0 going into this bottom half of the second. Here comes the pitch. That's popped up, looks to be playable into center. Chasing back Colin Tremblay, who will make the catch. And out number 2 is recorded in basically the exact same style as the first one, a pop out into the outfield. And that'll bring up Noah Carter, the catcher for the Cardinals this evening. He is 2 for 5 coming into this at-bat on the season. That's a .400 batting average. He has accumulated an RBI on the season. However, again, his first at-bat comes up. Here comes the opening pitch of it. That is down the strike zone for strike number 1. The count is now 0-1 to start things off here for Carter and his opening at-bat of this evening's contest. Here comes the 0-1. That is missed downstairs for ball 1, and the count now evens at 1 ball and 1 strike again. 2 outs down in this bottom half of the second inning. Pena sets up and deals the 1-1. That is missed for ball 2, and the count now goes up for Carter, his opening at-bat of the game. 2 balls and 1 strike.
For those of you guys that are watching or just following along for the Bing Crosby games, as this pitch is up 3-1 to Noah Carter. This is Noah Carter's Bing Crosby debut as he played the last game against the Rebels and went 2 for 5. A .400 batting average as the 3-1 is dealt and fouled back 3-2 with 2 outs here to Noah Carter. He's getting the start behind the dish tonight, and he is hoping to make an impression on these fans in his Bing Crosby debut.
Here comes the payoff from Pena, and that's cut and missed for strike 3. So the side will retire as the Cardinals go 3 and out here in this bottom half of the second. It is a scoreless game for the Cardinals so far. The River Bandits responded to the previous scoreless frame for them in the top of this frame. 3 runs they scored off of 3 hits. And we will take a sideline here on the Front Royal Cardinals radio network. We return to you with a 3-0 ball game in the top half of the third inning.
Welcome to Hazard Mill Farms, located in the beautiful Appalachian foothills of Virginia. The farm offers lodging, a retreat center, and catering. We also offer a wide range of outdoor activities and recreation. Located on the banks of the Shenandoah River, we invite you to enjoy many river activities, swimming, tubing, and canoeing. We provide many options for your wedding and other events. If you want a peaceful place to relax, spend time with family, simply enjoy the beauty of the surrounding area, or host a killer event, Hazard Mill Farms is the perfect place for you. All of our rental spaces are available for your special event. Visit hazardmillfarm.com to reserve today.
The Wines Family and Wines Bookkeeping LLC are proud supporters of the Front Royal Cardinals. Wines Bookkeeping specializes in a variety of business and tax services with outstanding support. We understand how busy you are, and with our expertise, we can take our care of your business needs quickly and effectively. Wines Bookkeeping has been serving the Front Royal area for over 50 years. Wines Bookkeeping LLC, your business services professionals.
And we welcome you back to Bing Crosby Stadium as we resume here on the Front Royal Cardinals radio network. It is a 3-0 ball game. The River Bandits lead early on over the Front Royal Cardinals here at Bing Crosby Stadium as the River Bandits will call up number 31, Jack Spike, the first baseman, 6'3", 215-pound sophomore out of Winthrop. He's looking for his first bit of action here as his previous at-bat in the first frame was a strikeout, as he is looking for his first bit of action here in this game. First pitch to him is down the alley for a strike 1, so the count is 0-1 to start things off here for Spike as he cuts and fouls that one off for an 0-2 count on the next one.
Yeah, hopefully Jack can have a little bit of a bounce back inning as he had 2 errors last inning, so not completely his fault that he gave up those 3 runs, but he's hoping to shut them down here as the 0-2 is dealt, and it's ground ball to short. Jeff Coe charging and makes the play. Throw to first within time. 1 out here in the top of the third inning for the River Bandits.
That brings up the fourth batter in the lineup, Tristan Moore for the River Bandits, the designated hitter, a 6'3", 190-pound sophomore out of Palm Beach State College. And that's something that I think if Camp plays first base the rest of the season, that's going to have to be something he gets acclimated to. As that ball goes straight to Camp, he will bobble that and throw it to Kosa, who will tag the base just in time for out number 2. But as I was saying, that's something if Camp plays first base for the rest of the season, that's something he's going to have to get used to as cannons from Trent Jeffcoat.
Yeah, that was a nice play there by Jack Kosa. As they teach you in PFPs, otherwise known as pitcher fielding practice, to make a little J to the base right there. So you're running directly to the baseline, then up the line to receive that ball from the first baseman. As Drew did a nice job leading him to the bag, as the 0-0 is dealt and swing and a miss by Tomas Sanchez.
Tomas Sanchez, the right fielder, 6'2", 210-pound junior out of Texas Wesleyan, hometown of DeWitt, Virginia.
That ball was outside, low and away.
So it'll be a 1-0, or my apologies, 1-1 count on the next one. With 2 outs down, top of the third, here comes the pitch that is cracked, fouled in the area of the third baseline. Count will now go down for Sanchez. Sanchez, 1 ball, 2 strikes. I was looking at point streak and said that didn't update. I went off that wrong, but no, it did update. Sanchez coming into this at-bat 0 for 1. He's 8 for 26 now as that's popped up, fouled straight back. Will leave this park. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes here for Sanchez, who again is 0 for 1 in this game. Coming into the game, he has 8 for 25. That is a .320 average. 2 home runs, 7 RBIs on the season.
Kosa looking for a quick inning here, as well as his defense, get them back up and going, as the Cardinals are going to be looking for their first hit in the bottom of the third inning, as Kosa comes set, and it is dealt low and away. Nice block there by the catcher, Noah Carter, as a swing and a miss right there would have been dropped third strike, and he would have had to fire on to first, but without the swing and miss, it just looks like a pointless block.
Kosa coming into this game with a 1.42 ERA. In this game, he has recorded a 6.74. So he's hoping to bring that down. As that is a cut and miss for strike 2.
Ball was fouled back and just not held on to right there by Noah Carter, as it remains 2-2. It's just a foul tip. It looked like Noah could have had that one, but just dropped it right at the last minute.
So the count, contrary to what I said, remains 2-2. He did cut, but I didn't hear the contact, unfortunately. So that makes me look like an idiot. As here comes the 2-2. That one's down the alley for a strike 3 looking. And the side retires for Kosa. He picks out strikeout number 2. And that retires the side for this third inning for the River Bandits. They lead 3-0 going into the bottom half.
Coming up for your Front Royal Cardinals is Henry Novicki hitting 7th, and Connor Frost, Drew Camp, and then hopefully the top of the lineup as the Cardinals look for their first hit in the bottom of the third inning.
We take a break here on the Front Royal Cardinals Radio Network. When we return, it's the bottom half of the third here from Bing Crosby Stadium. Back with you right after these messages.
It was a code 10, hard water again. Worst part is Claire was unaware.
Hey, Culligan, our water makes my skin and hair feel like I'm 90.
Okay, are you 90?
I'm not.
Okay, secondly, how do you feel about high-efficiency water softeners from Culligan Water?
What?
And thirdly, how do you feel about smoother skin and luxurious hair?
Goodly. I feel very good about that.
That's the power of water. Stay soft, right?
You stay soft.
Good water doesn't just come to you. Oh, wait. In this case, yes, it
The Wines Family and Wines Bookkeeping LLC are proud supporters of the Front Royal Cardinals. Wines Bookkeeping specializes in a variety of business and tax services with outstanding support. We understand how busy you are, and with our expertise, we can take our care of your business needs quickly and effectively. Wines Bookkeeping has been serving the Front Royal area for over 50 years. Wines Bookkeeping LLC, your business services professionals.
You're listening to Cardinals Baseball on StretchInternet.com and the Royal Examiner, affiliates of the Front Royal Cardinals Radio Network.
During the break, it is a fun reminder to stop and just appreciate the YMCA dance as we get set and ready to resume play. We would like to thank the Cardinal sponsors for the 2022 season, especially this evening's sponsor, the Wines family and Wines Bookkeeping. As we get set and ready to resume play here from Bing Crosby Stadium. Sorry, our computer just went out again. And this is going to be a fun thing to do as it just went out on us. Again, our apologies here if you are listening on Stretch Internet. It should still be active, and if it's not, again, our apologies.
As the first pitch to Novicki there, dealt for a pitch 0-1, and dealt for a strike, rather. They're always dealt for a pitch, as that one is 0-2 now to Novicki on the foul ball, right to the left side. Novicki in an 0-2 hole right now, facing Pena as he is looking for a quick inning, and he deals low and away. Novicki was with a nice take right there, as that looked like a changeup or a slider that was just off the plate, trying to get him to chase for strike 3. Novicki looking to get the first hit of the ball game for the Cardinals as Pena deals again. It is low, 2-2, with Novicki leading off this inning.
Again, our apologies if your listening experience on stretchinternet.com is interrupted this season, or sorry, not this season, this evening's game, as 3-2 is the count now for Henry Novicki.
Coming into this game, Novicki has a 167 batting average as he fouls that 3-2 pitch off to the left side. Again, he's hitting 167 in 5 games, 18 plate appearances. He has 3 hits, 1 double, 1 triple. And just watching this guy play as the payoff is dealt, that is up for ball 4, and Novicki will get on base. But as I was saying, watching this guy in practice and in previous games, he does a very nice job going the opposite way to get his double and his triple. So now coming up to the dish for the Cardinals is Connor Frost, as they are still looking for their first hit of the ball game, but they do have their first base runner with Novicki on that walk on first base.
So Henry Novicki is your man on first following the walk. Here comes the pitch to Connor Frost. That is missed for ball 1, so the count is 0-1, or my apologies, 1-0 to start things off here for Connor Frost in his opening at-bat of the game. Again, our apologies if your listening experience is interrupted on stretchinternet.com. We're currently having technical difficulties that are out of our control. It shouldn't necessarily be turned off, I don't believe. If it is, again, it is our apologies, as the River Bandits coach will come on out and have a word with his pitcher. In the meantime, we will have a brief break for a quick 10-second pause for a station identification on the Front Royal Cardinals radio network.
You're listening to Cardinals baseball on stretchinternet.com and the Royal Examiner, affiliates of the Front Royal Cardinals radio network.
Welcome back to Bing Crosby Stadium. Again, if you are listening on stretchinternet.com, again, it is our apologies if your listening experience this evening has been interrupted, as our computer is having some issues staying on, and I don't understand it. I'm hitting the power button, and it's like the power to that only is out.
Pitcher Steven Pena had a little bit of a visit from his pitching coach right there, as he threw 6 of the last 7 pitches were balls, but now he comes in with a 2-0 count, and it is down the alley for a strike. It is 2-1 to hitter Connor Frost playing second base tonight for the Cardinals, with Henry Novicki on first base in the bottom of the 3rd inning here, as Pena deals, and it is on the outside corner again for strike 2, 2-2. So 2 quick little strikes right there after the pitching visit. So something said must have been impactful for Pena right there, as the 2-2 is dealt, and swing and a miss. Connor Frost down on strikes for the first out of the inning here for the Front Royal Cardinals still looking for their first base hit of the game with Drew Camp, first baseman, coming up.
Now batting from Longwood University. Drew Camp coming up, as my partner Matthew Wiseman said. Camp coming in with a 143 out of 14 at-bats. He has hit 2 times. So looking to pick up his 3rd hit of the season. Again, if you're listening on stretchinternet.com, our apologies. The computer is having some malfunctions here as he faces a 1-0 on the next one off of the missed pitch from Pena. That one is fouled back for a 1-1 on the next one. He matches his count, and it goes down. 1 ball, 1 strike here with 1 out down. It is Henry Novicki on first for the Cardinals following the walk.
Yeah, with 1 out here, Drew is just looking to get that runner over to second at the very least by the end of this at-bat, as the 1-1 is not dealt. It's a pickoff move to first base. Novicki gets back safely, but as I was saying, Drew is just looking to get that runner at least to second base to set the top of the lineup up with a runner on second, even with 2 outs. That's not bad, as the top of your lineup will do the most damage, as this pitch is outside, 2-1 to Drew Camp, the first baseman tonight for the Front Royal Cardinals.
Count is 2 balls and 1 strikes here for Drew Camp, his opening at-bat of the game. Pena looks at first, will fire to first, but it will not be in time. Again, Henry Novicki is the man on first following the walk. 2 balls and 1 strikes remains the count for the first baseman, Drew Camp here. Again, his opening at-bat of this evening's game. And again, our apologies if you're listening on stretchinternet.com. We currently have technical difficulties. The fire back to first is not in time there again.
That's the 3rd time they've thrown over to first base in this at-bat right here. So I guess they're worried about Henry Novicki on first, as he's getting quite a big lead, even especially with a left-hander on the mound. You typically take a smaller lead, but he's taking a big lead as this pitch is outside, ball 3-1. So Drew Camp in a good spot right here, because Pena is so worried about Novicki on first base that it seems like he's just losing a little bit of control. So puts Drew Camp in a 3-1 count as the pitch is dealt and swung on half swing right there. Drew wanted to hold up, but he went all the way through. It's now 3-2 with 1 out right here for Drew Camp.
Camp faces a payoff on the next one. Pena sets up. We'll look back at first twice. We'll deal the payoff, and that is down the alley for a strike 3 looking. So Camp goes down for his opening at-bat. That is 0 for 1 on the night. As we will go back to the top of the lineup, Brody Popple coming up.
Second strikeout right here for Pena, third strikeout right there for Pena, as he gets the second out on Drew Camp, as the top of the lineup resets with Brody Popple coming to the plate. That pitch is up 1-0. Brody Popple is a nice little switch hitter right here. He swings a nice bat. He is typically a gap-to-gap or a line drive guy at the top of your lineup. That's exactly what you want, is the 1-0 is dealt and fouled back for 1-1.
There are 2 outs on the board in this bottom half of the third. The River Bandits do lead 3-0 over the homestanding Cardinals here early on in this game. Cardinals have Henry Novicki on first following the walk, and as Pena will take a double take to first. That will be lifted out to center, but looks to be playable out there by the Woodstock center fielder, Colin Tremblay, and indeed it is playable for the 3rd out of the frame. So the Cardinals will get one stranded this time as they finally get one on base off of that. The Cardinals do end the frame scoreless through it. As we take a sideline here on the Front Royal Cardinals radio network, we will come back to you in the top half of the 4th. It is Woodstock 4, Front Royal 0.
Woods Cove Assisted Living has been working with families for over 15 years to offer quality care to patients who need additional support. We concentrate on working with our residents in need of this kind of support in delivering health care and other essential services in the solace of their new home. Our demonstrated track record of providing improved quality of life for our residents is evident in the satisfaction our families feel and the contentment our residents experience daily. We focus on quality healthcare that is family-centered and involve you, their family in their healthcare plan. We understand that the services we provide should reflect the care a family member would afford our residents. Contact us at 540-636-6611 or visit us at 201 West Kreiser Road in Front Royal. At Woods Cove, your family is our family.
It was a code 10, hard water again. Worst part is Claire was unaware. Ah.
Hey, Culligan, our water makes my skin and hair feel like I'm 90.
Okay, are you 90?
I'm not.
Okay, secondly, how do you feel about high-efficiency water softeners from Culligan Water?
What?
And thirdly, how do you feel about smoother skin and luxurious hair?
Goodly. I feel very good about that.
That's the power of water. Stay soft, right?
You stay soft.
Good water doesn't just come to you. Oh, wait. In this case, yes, it does.
Now batting for the Woodstock River Bandits, number 11, Jose Hernandez.
First pitch to Jose Hernandez right there is a strike, and Riley Frost with another error right there as that one just goes right through the wickets at third base. Routine ground ball and just ate him up right there. So the River Bandits start with a runner on first base on, again, another error for Riley Frost and these Front Royal Cardinals, as that is the third of the game so far. Cosa looking to battle back from another error by his defense right here with catcher, switch hitter Justin Walks coming to the plate. First pitch up and away for ball one. For those of you guys just joining us, it is the top of the fourth inning. Woodstock up 3-0 on the Front Royal Cardinals. Runner on first base following the error as the 1-0 is hit into right field for a base hit. It will be first and second for the River Bandits at the beginning of this fourth inning, as they are still up 3-0 with 4 hits in the game, looking to extend their lead against pitcher Jack Cosa for the Front Royal Cardinals.
Now batting, number 12, Colin Tremblay.
Colin Tremblay coming to the plate right here, and in his first at bat, he singled and ended up coming around to score for the Woodstock River Bandits' third run, as he had a 2 RBI single in the last at bat. First pitch to him is dealt for a strike, 0-1 with first and second here with nobody out for the River Bandits.
Thank you, Matthew, for taking over as I was trying to work with Donna Settle for the technical difficulties we were having on stretches. And is fielded by Frost. The play at second is in time. The play at first is not in time, so the double play will not convert, and it will get a runner in scoring position as StretchInternet.com unfortunately is out for right now. We will try to get it back up as, of course, most of you listening to this right now are obviously on the Royal Examiner.
Now batting, number 5.
But we will try to get things back up here for StretchInternet.com. If you're just coming from there, again, our sincere apologies for the technical difficulties we're having this evening. Hopefully they have been resolved, as apparently this has been an issue before, but we don't want it to continue to be an issue, as this is pretty frustrating. In the meantime, while I'm ranting on, the throw to first is not in time. So here comes the opening pitch of the at-bat to the ninth batter in the lineup, Ty Johnson, the second baseman.
Pitch is over the outside corner for a strike right there. Slider by Cosa, trying to get him to roll over probably for a double play ball. As on that last play, Riley at third made a nice play to come through the ball and make a play at second base. Just runner Colin Tremblay ran that one out, so he stands at first with a fielder's choice, and the runner on third came on via an error as the runner goes, and it's a fly ball to center field. Basio makes the play, fires all the way to the plate, but it will not be in time as the runner on first, Colin Tremblay, was going, and he retreats back to first base on the fly ball. But again, the River Bandits score. It is now a 4-0 ball game for Woodstock. That is the third run for the River Bandits to score after reaching on an error. So hopefully no more errors come back to haunt the Cardinals after this one, with Jack Cosa trying to get out of this one with 2 outs as he checks on the runner Colin Tremblay at first base.
That, in fact, was a heck of a throw by Anthony Baggio from halfway out in the center field. Almost got it to the dirt circle at the plate as that is lifted to left field, chasing Popple. That ball will go off of the netting. 1 run will round to third and go home. That is, in fact, number 12, Colin Tremblay, rounding from second, or my apologies, from first all the way home. And it is now a 5-0 ball game where the River Bandits lead here in this top half of the 4th inning. Folks, I'm just checking to make sure Stretch is back up. So, again, my apologies if I am out of this game right now. Thank you to Matthew for taking over the play-by-play for me during this time. Again, if you are listening on Stretch, our sincerest apologies. It, in fact, is back up, apparently. But again, thank you, Matthew, for taking over for me. Again, apologies if you are listening on Stretch, as head coach Clint Marsh is out there giving a little pep talk, I think we could say, to Jack Cosa.
Yeah, he looks a little animated out there. I don't know if he's upset with Jack for allowing that double off the wall, or if he's just upset that his defense hasn't picked him up and he's trying to give him a pep talk. We'll see what Jack does right after this. Hopefully he can get out of this inning, as Coach Marsh gives him a little tap on the butt saying, let's go. Let's get this final out of the inning and get our offense going, and hoping to come back from this 5-0 deficit right now for the Front Royal Cardinals, as number 2 hitter, third baseman Braden Fortier is coming to the plate. He has struck out and lined out to left field in his first 2 plate appearances, hoping to drive in the leadoff runner, R.J. Stinson, from second base, as he doubled on that last pitch from Jack Cosa to drive in another run for the River Bandits, as this pitch is dealt and fouled right back and almost hit the catcher and or the umpire in the head off of the rebound. So now 0-2, Jack Cosa looking to get out of this one with that runner stranded on second base, as he's hoping for a strikeout or just some sort of out that his defense can pick him up right here after a leadoff error by the third baseman, Riley Frost, as that pitch is outside 1-2.
Folks, if you're just joining us once again, welcome back to StretchInternet.com. Again, our apologies. We have had a couple of outages this evening with our streaming technology here, and we are finally back, and this time we hope to stay, as that pitch is missed for ball 2 for Forchick. Again, he is 0 for 2 coming into this at-bat. 2 for 4 coming into the game. He faces 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs down in this top half of the 4th, where the River Bandits have scored now 5-0 over the Front Royal Cardinals in 5 hits, as that's lifted out to right. And that will be caught out there by Dallas Height to retire the side. But the River Bandits will add 2 insurance runs to their lead to make it a now 5-0 ball game over the homestanding Cardinals. We return to you on the Royal Examiner and hopefully on StretchInternet.com after this break. Again, our sincerest apologies for the technical difficulties on the Stretch Internet side, and we hope that they have now been resolved. In the meantime, we return to you from Bing Crosby Stadium. Woodstock River Bandits 5, Front Royal Cardinals 0.
It was a code 10, hard water again. Worst part is Claire was unaware.
Hey, Culligan, our water makes my skin and hair feel like I'm 90.
Okay, are you 90?
I'm not.
Okay, secondly, how do you feel about high-efficiency water softeners from Culligan Water?
What?
And thirdly, how do you feel about smoother skin and luxurious hair?
Goodly. I feel very good about that.
That's the power of water. Stay soft, right?
You stay soft.
Good water doesn't just come to you. Oh, wait. In this case, yes, it does.
I'm J.B. Howler, President and CEO of U.S. Inspect Group, the country's largest home inspection company. We operate nationally across 24 MSAs, and our 30-year-old brand has delivered 3 million inspections. The best real estate brokerages in the country love us because we help their real estate agents get deals closed faster and we protect their customers. We have a proven business model and positive EBITDA. With new investors, new management, new board, and new products, our mission is to make home inspections as simple and painless as ordering an Uber.
This message is brought to you by US Inspect. For more information, find them online at usinspect.com.
We welcome you back to Bing Crosby Stadium as it is a 5-0 ball game where the homestanding Front Royal Cardinals trail to the visiting Woodstock River Bandits. Again, good evening and welcome on stretchinternet.com and the Royal Examiner as Anthony Basio will come up to the plate here. Again, our apologies for the technical difficulties on the Stretch Internet side. Hopefully they have been resolved as Basio, for his first pitch, cuts and misses for strike one. And I want to thank you, Matthew, for taking over for me for the play-by-play while I was away doing the technical difficulty stuff. As that has popped up in the direction of left center, looks to chase Colin Tremblay, the center fielder, around for out number one as it is made out there. Basio will go back as that'll bring up Trent Jeffcoat, the shortstop this evening. He's looking for his first hit as a Cardinal in this 2022 slate. He is 0 for 1 coming into this at-bat. This is his first game as a Cardinal this season. Again, he is one of the 2 returners we've had in the Front Royal Cardinals organization, as the first pitch to him is upstairs for ball 1. So the count is 1-0 to start things off here for Jeffcoat in his second at-bat of the game here. With 1 out down in this bottom half of the fourth, it is a 5-0 ball game. That is cut on, bouncing ball direction is short. The play at first is in time for out number 2, and that will bring up Riley Frost to the plate.
Yeah, Cardinals still looking for their first hit of the ball game as they have 2 walks on the within the first 3 innings, but still looking for the first hit of the ball game. Down 5-0 here, so in order to score, you need hits, and in order to win a ball game, you need to score. So Cardinals looking to get some hits right here in the bottom of the 4th inning with Pena dealing to Riley Frost up and away, ball 1.
Count is 1-0 to start things off here for Frost in his second at-bat of this game. He's looking for his first hit of the game as that one is missed as well for ball 2. He is 6 for 20 coming into this game. That is a 300. He has 1 RBI on the season and looking for his first home run. Here comes the 2-0 that is missed for ball 3. We've played roughly half of this game in exactly 1 hour. We are in the bottom half of the fourth. It is 8 o'clock now. As that's popped up in the direction of right center. Looks to chase back the second baseman, Ty Johnson, and he will make the catch for out number 3. So the Cardinals stay hitless through 4, and we will return to you on the Front Royal Cardinals radio network at a 5-0 ball game. The Cardinals trail to the visiting Woodstock River Bandits on the Front Royal Cardinals radio network.
Overlooking the scenic Shenandoah River in a lovely sylvan setting, our campus is spacious, yet inviting, rich in culture, beauty, and history. It is a setting well suited for our time-tested Catholic liberal arts curriculum, the same education that has inspired and produced the greatest men and women of Christendom over the past 2,000 years. Inside and outside the classroom, you will experience an integrated life. Here, you will strengthen your intellect in such a powerful way that you will have the ability to master any subject, no matter how complex the vocational calling. You will thrive in a supportive and Christ-centered culture dedicated to helping you realize your potential. Our education is not an education for the faint of heart, but for those willing to accept the bold and challenging call from God to become the great men or women that He wants them to be. Dare to join us. Dare to be great.
As we welcome you back to Bing Crosby Stadium, where it is a 5-0 ball game where the visiting River Bandits lead as the first pitch from Kosa to the leadoff batter Spike is missed down the alley, my apologies, for strike one. So the count is now 0-1 as that's bouncing ball foul down the third base line. Spike now 0 for 2 in the ball count, or the ball strike count. Spike is 0 for 2 this evening, 2 for 3 on the season, as Kosa sets up and deals the 0-2. That is popped in the direction of short, but we'll get past Jeffcoat for the 6th hit of the game for the River Bandits, as Spike will now pick up his first hit of the game. Out of his 3 at-bats, he is .333 on the night.
Number 9, Tristan Moore.
As that brings up the cleanup batter, originally Tristan Moore, the designated hitter, a 6'3", 190-pound sophomore out of Palm Beach State College, hometown of Coronado, California. Here comes the pitch that is missed for ball 1. So the count is 1-0 to start things off here for Moore. In his 3rd at-bat of the game, he is also looking for his first hit of this evening's game. He is 9 for 23 coming into the game. It's a .391. He has 5 RBIs as he will pop foul that one on the third base side. The count is now 1 ball, 1 strike here for the lefty in his 3rd at-bat of this evening's game.
For those of you not at the ball game right now, Clint Marsh, the head coach for the Front Royal Cardinals, is on the top step. So this shows me that Jack Kosa might not have too much longer if he gets into any trouble right here, as it's now a 2-1 count as that ball misses low and away. So potentially right now, Jack Kosa could have a short leash in this inning depending on how many runners get on or what his pitch count goes up to, as he steps off and just checks on the runner slightly right there.
Moore coming into the game with a .391 batting average. It has dropped now, counting these 2 at-bats so far, to a .360 as he cuts and misses for strike 2, and the count now goes down on an even 2-ball, 2-strike count here. No outs down, runner on first for the River Bandits as Jack Spike is 2-2 is fouled away on the third base line. So the count will remain where it is here. Again, Moore searching for his first hit of the game. He has gone down to a .360 batting average on the season. He is 9 for 25 as Kosa sets on the mound and deals the 2-2. That is cut, this time fair into right field, chasing back Height, who will make the catch. Out number 1 is recorded, as that will bring up Tomas Sanchez to the plate. Tristan Moore goes down 0 for 3 on the night.
Now batting, number 18.
And his batting average will go down to .346 on the season. Here comes the opening pitch to Sanchez. That's downstairs for ball 1. So the count is 1-0 to start things off here for Sanchez. And his 3rd statistical at-bat of the game, he comes into it 8 for 25. That's a .320. 2 home runs and 2 RBIs in the process. However, this game has brought his batting average down below a .300 as he looks at a strike on this one. It's a 1-ball, 1-strike count now, but Sanchez's batting average has gone down to below a .300 to a .296 off of his hitless streak in this game, as that one misses for ball 2, and the count now goes up for him, 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, and something to watch here. I mentioned that Clint Marsh was on the top step earlier. Jack Kosa, that was his 81st pitch right there, so he's definitely getting up there in the pitch count, so I don't know how much further they want him to go, as that ball's fouled straight back by Tomas. And also a nice job by Noah Carter on the first pitch right here, moving his body over to block that pitch and not allow that runner to get to second base, as it still allows Kosa to induce a double play ball with maybe an off-speed low or just a hard hit ball to short or second, as this pitch is missed outside for ball 3. Fills the count at 3-2 on the slider away. So with the payoff pitch coming right here, 1 out and a runner on first. Interesting to see if they get him going to try and avoid a double play at any cost, as Kosa comes set in the pitch. low, ball 4. So now it will be first and second with one out here for the River Bandits right now, for the Woodstock River Bandits.
That'll bring up the shortstop, Jose Hernandez, a 6'2", 190-pound freshman out of Miami-Dade Community College. He is, in fact, 1 for 2 in this game. His batting average sits combined with the season and this game at 423 as he will foul that down the third base line to start things off. He will go down in the count 0-1. My apologies. For some reason, I'm going backwards on that. Again, Hernandez 1 for 2, 10 for 24 this season. His batting average has gone up on the season, counting that hit. 500 all across the board, got a home run and 4 RBIs on the season as he will face a 0-1 on this one. That's grounded, will hit Kosa in the leg. That will be a base hit, unfortunately, for him. So Hernandez will go 2 for 3 now on the next one, and they will take a pause, and Clint Marsh will come out. I don't know if he wanted to come out regardless of what happened or if the injury just helped him come out of there. But in the meantime, we will take a brief pause for a quick 10-second station identification on the Front Royal Cardinals radio network.
You're listening to Front Royal. You're listening to Cardinals baseball on StretchInternet.com and the Royal Examiner, affiliates of the Front Royal Cardinals radio network.
It looked like it.
It was a code 10, hard water again. Worst part is Claire was unaware.
Hey, Culligan, our water makes my skin and hair feel like I'm 90.
Okay, are you 90?
I'm not.
Okay, secondly, how do you feel about high-efficiency water softeners from Culligan Water?
What?
And thirdly, how do you feel about smoother skin and luxurious hair?
Goodly. I feel very good about that.
That's the power of water. Stay soft, right?
You stay soft.
Good water doesn't just come to you. Oh, wait. In this case, yes, it does.
We're coming back for a quick second on the Front Royal Cardinals radio network. Jack Kosa has been retired regardless of whether he got hit or not. And we will take a sideline here for the pitcher change.
Pitching now for the Cardinals is Tyler Greenleaf. He's a righty-righty, 6'2", 200 pounds, a sophomore from Canisius College from Cannonsburg, Pennsylvania.
And that will send us to a quick break as we will take a sideline here on the Front Row Cardinals radio network. We'll be back with you after a word from our sponsors.
Green 2 Ground Electrical is a proud sponsor of the Front Royal Cardinals. Green to Ground is a Class A electrical contractor serving the Shenandoah Valley and Northern Virginia region. Building relationships since 2019 by being reliable, dependable, and trustworthy. Offering both residential and commercial services, no job is too big for our team to handle. We are a licensed and insured company, serving customers peace of mind, one circuit at a time.
The Wines Family and Wines Bookkeeping LLC are proud supporters of the Front Royal Cardinals. Wines Bookkeeping specializes in a variety of business and tax services with outstanding support. We understand how busy you are, and with our expertise, we can take our care of your business needs quickly and effectively. Wines Bookkeeping has been serving the Front Royal area for over 50 years. Wines Bookkeeping LLC, your business services professionals.
You're listening to Cardinals baseball on StretchInternet.com and the Royal Examiner, affiliates of the Front Royal Cardinals radio network.
As we listen to Footloose, as Tyler Greenleaf will round out his warm-ups as the pitcher here as he comes in off of a pitching change. Jack Kosa being retired, arguably off of an injury, off of it looked like his right leg. Lower right leg, rather, as that will retire him after 4 1/3 innings. He did give up 7 hits, 5 runs that the River Bandits have scored so far. 2 of those are runs being earned, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, and he faced a total of 24 batters. Tyler Greenleaf coming into this game, I believe this is his Bing Crosby Stadium debut, as before the pitch will be thrown, Noah Carter will come out and give him a quick little word. In the meantime, it will be walks coming up for the River Bandits here. Justin Walks, to be specific, the catcher, 6'2", 200-pound sophomore of Nova Southeastern University. And here comes the first pitch to him. That'll be missed for ball one. So the count is 1-0 to start things off here for Walks, his third at-bat of the game.
Tough spot for Greenleaf to come in as he only has one out and the bases are juiced right here. And this pitch is fouled off to the left side. And just to go back to the starter, Jack Cosa, I feel like he did a nice job. He just got roughed up a little bit because of errors in the first 2 or 3 innings. So that definitely hurt him. But these runners on the bags right now are his responsibility. So any run scored other than Walks here, so anybody that scores after Walks will be Greenleaf's responsibility, therefore his earned runs. But anybody that scores before Walks will be Cosa's earned runs, as the bases are juiced on a 2-1 count right here from Greenleaf, and it falls in there for a strike. Nice little curveball right there, which brings the count to 2-2 as the Cardinals are looking for an inning-ending double play or a harmless strikeout to not allow those runners to advance.
2-2 count. It'll be Greenleaf setting and dealing. That will just about miss for the count was marked as strike 3 on the scoreboard, but it is in fact ball 3. So the count fills at 3 balls, 2 strikes. And Matthew, a lot of people on the broadcast can't see your emotion behind that. What were you thinking would happen there, obviously? I
thought that one got across for a strike as this one is swung
there
on
it
and
is.
missed.
Swung on and missed for strike 3 as Greenleaf picks up his first strikeout in his Bing Crosby Stadium debut and puts one away as there's one more left to bring up, and that could possibly be Colin Tremblay for the River Bandits coming up for his third at-bat of this game.
Yeah, Greenleaf, for me at least, struck out a batter that was already struck out, just a missed call by the umpire there on that previous 2-2 pitch. But on the payoff, he gets him on a changeup low as the first pitch to Tremblay comes in low for a ball 1-0 as Greenleaf looks to come on in a relief appearance with one out and the bases juiced and get out of it with nobody scoring, with hopefully some sort of ground ball, fly ball, or even a strikeout right here, as an out will get rid of the threat from the River Bandits as that one's fouled back 1-1.
Tremblay is 1 for 2 coming into this at-bat. He is 1 for 5 on the season, make it 2 for 7 counting this at-bat on the season. As he faces a 1-1, Tyler Greenleaf pitching number 9 on the game for him here as he just replaced Jack Cosa. Here comes the pitch. That's missed for ball 2. So Greenleaf will go up 2 balls and 1 strike here. Again, 2 outs down in this top half of the 5th inning. Cardinals trail 5-0 over the visiting River Bandits, and the River Bandits also lead in the hit column 7-0, as that will be ball 3. My apologies. So the count is now 3 balls and a strike here for Tremblay against third at-bat of the game, looking for hit number 2 on the night.
Greenleaf just looking to put this one over the plate, as you never want to walk in a run, as the 3-1 is dealt and it is in there for a strike. So we will have 3-2, 2 outs, which means all of the runners will be going as Greenleaf looks to come out of what seems to be an impossible jam with nobody scoring right here, as he came on with the bases loaded and 1 out, as the River Bandits looking to extend their lead, and he's throws him on strike 3. What a pitch from Greenleaf. That's a huge pitch right there, as he strikes out the 2 batters that he faced to avoid a run scoring after coming in with 1 out and the bases juiced, as the Woodstock River Bandits look to extend their leads and make it a huge, potentially 8-0 ball game. But Greenleaf keeps it 5-0 as we head into the bottom of the 5th inning. Cardinals down 5-0. Thank you for all of you guys listening on the Valley Baseball League radio network. And for those of you watching and listening live on the Royal Examiner YouTube live page, as we get a new pitcher for the River Bandits that we will introduce after the break.
The Knights of Columbus, Catholic men building a bridge back to faith. There's much work to be done in this world, Good work, necessary work. And that's what the Knights do every day. Assisting the sick and disabled, protecting those who can't protect themselves. Whether they are next door or halfway around the world, this is the journey we are on, our path. We do it to be better husbands, fathers, sons, neighbors, and Catholics. We invest our time, our effort, and our resources into our values: charity, unity, fraternity, patriotism. We come from many places and backgrounds and stages in our lives, but we are all of one faith. It's one thing to say who you are, it's another to live it, to put your values into action. That's what we do at the Knights of Columbus. That's who we are.
I'm JB Howler, President and CEO of US Inspect Group, the country's largest home inspection company. We operate nationally across 24 MSAs, and our 30-year-old brand has delivered 3 million inspections. The best real estate brokerages in the country love us because we help their real estate agents get deals closed faster, and we protect their customers. We have a proven business model and positive EBITDA. With new investors, new management, new board, and new products, our mission is to make home inspections as simple and painless as ordering an Uber.
This message is brought to you by US Inspect. For more information, find them online at usinspect.com.
We welcome you back to Bing Crosby Stadium. We return just a tad bit late. Dallas Height facing a 1-0 count on this pitch. In the meantime, we've got a new pitcher on the mound for the River Bandits. It is Jacob Steinberg, a 6'1", 220-pound senior out of JMU. Go Dukes, hometown of Darnestown, Maryland, as Height faces a 2-1 on the next one. He is an 0-for-1 in this game. And the Cardinals really struggling to get the hits going here. They haven't had anything go for them yet. As ball 3 is dealt on that one from Steinberg for pitch number 4 on the night for him. And here comes the 3-1 that is popped to third as a ground ball. The play at first will be in time for the out. So Height will go down at first. That'll bring up Noah Carter, the catcher. And again, that has been something that the Cardinals have been consistent at, is not producing the hits tonight. They're losing in the hit column 7-0.
Yeah, and it's not due to lack of, I guess, plate discipline, because they've gotten into plenty 3-ball counts or hitters counts, which is 2-0, 3-1 is the first pitch to Noah Carter is dealt up and away 1-0. But back to what I was saying, it's not the fact that the Cardinals aren't getting into good hitters counts. They're just not doing anything with it, whether it's a good pitch by the pitcher to get them back in the count, as this one's fouled back 1-1, or it's just the Cardinals missing good pitches to hit, which have been evident as they've either just gotten on top of it by grounding out or just getting underneath of it by flying out multiple times in this game, as Noah Carter with the 1-1 is outside 2-1, as he is in a good hitters count again to get the first base hit for the Cardinals in this ballgame.
And that, in fact, was a good point, Matthew. Most of the Cardinal batters have, in fact, gotten deep into the count and just can't produce the hits so far tonight. We're in the bottom half of the 5th, and the Cardinals trail in the hit column 7-0. But that just might bring some momentum to it, as Carter is in fact walked on that one. Steinberg picks up his first walk of this evening's contest, as the DH Henry Novicki will come up. He did walk earlier this game, so that is I believe that is in second total. My correction, third total walk for the Cardinals on offense, as Novicki was one of the 3. He's 3 for 18 coming into this at-bat, and he faces a 1-0 on the next one following the pitch.
Yeah, Novicki has looked better of late, as there was a quick pickoff move right there by the pitcher, Jacob Steinberg. But Novicki has looked good at the plate, going the opposite way quite a bit, just getting a little unlucky as he takes that one low and in. 2-0. So again, another good hitters count for the Cardinals right here. Hopefully Novicki can put the first hit in the hit column for the Cardinals right now with a 2-0 count and one out, one on, as that pitch is over the outside corner, 2-1.
Novicki again looking for his first bit of action here as his previous at-bat was walked. So technically it's not an at-bat. It's more like of a plate appearance. As the 2-1 is sent by Steinberg, he will deal, and that is missed downstairs for ball 3. That call took just a little bit of time for the home plate umpire to make, but it in fact is a ball. So we face a 3-1 on the next pitch as the throw to first isn't even made. It more of it was a scare tactic for Steinberg. This time he will throw back, but it is not in time as the count stays 3-1 for Novicki. 1 out down, bottom of the 5th, 5-0 ball game. The River Bandits lead in that and the hit column 7-0 as that is a cut and miss for strike 2, and the count now fills at 3 balls and 2 strikes for Novicki in his first statistical at bat of the game with the walk pending.
Yeah, that was a big swing and a miss right there. He looked to put that ball into the train tracks a while back, but he missed that one, so it puts him in a 3-2 hole. Hopefully he can shorten up right here with 2 strikes and just put the ball in play as the pitch is swung on and missed. Another strikeout for the Cardinals as there is now 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th inning with the Woodstock River Bandits up 5-0 in this ball game so far.
That brings up Connor Frost to the plate. He is 0 for 1 this evening, struck out in his first at-bat. His batting average on the season sits at a 158 counting this game, or counting this first at-bat so far. With 2 outs on the board, bottom of the 5th, we'll see what Connor can do as the first pitch to him as a strike looking. So the count is 0-1 to start things off here for Connor Frost in his second at-bat of this evening's game. The Cardinals do have a runner on first. It is, in fact, Noah Carter, the catcher, following a walk. Frost is 3 for 18 on the season coming into this game. As he faces a 0-1, here comes the pitch. That is a cut and a miss for strike 2. And Matthew, correct me if I didn't see that right, but that looked like that ball was off, wouldn't even reach the bat by a mile.
Yeah, no, he was just really out in front of that. I could see from here that was a slider that was kind of up, which is kind of rare to see as that one misses 1 and 2. But typically you see those sliders low in the zone. So sometimes if you don't pick the spin up and it's in the top of the zone, you think it's a fastball and then it just drops and you're just way out in front as the 1-2 is dealt and it gets away from the catcher right here as there was nothing he could do. The pitcher Steinberg just spiked that baseball into the left-hand batter's box, and the catcher walks, tried to do his best right there to block it, but just couldn't, as it's now a 2-2 count, and this would be a great time for the Cardinals' first hit, as Connor could drive in a run right here with a base hit and make it a 5-1 ball game as the pitch is dealt and fouled off to the right side.
That, in fact, bounced off of the light pole in the Woodstock bullpen. The pitcher, I believe, that is warming up in the bullpen will go get that. However, it is Noah Carter on second now for the Cardinals, possibly in scoring position depending on what Connor Frost can do. 2 outs face them on the board, 2-2 count. Bottom half of the 5th, Steinberg looks back at second. The righty will deal, and that will be missed for ball 3. So the count will fill yet again for Connor Frost in this at-bat. So the payoff will come from Steinberg, who comes into this game with a seasonal ERA of 3.37. He's pitched 2 2/3 and has recorded 3 strikeouts. Here comes the payoff. That's popped and fouled on the right side.
Yeah, good at bat from Connor Frost right here as he's able to fight off pitches that he doesn't want to really put a good swing on. Not that he doesn't want to put a good swing on it, just tough pitches to put a good swing on. And he's just fighting to either get a mistake or ball 4 right here as he's looking to drive in this runner on second base in the bottom of the 5th with the Cardinals down 5-0 as the pitch comes in and it's fouled back for 3-2 as that's probably the 3rd or 4th slider that Connor Frost has seen in this at-bat. And I believe it will be the 9th pitch of this at-bat. So good at-bat here from Connor, hoping to continue it. And we will see a payoff pitch once pitcher and hitter already.
It is, in fact, pitch number 10 now, as, in fact, Connor Frost and I think almost all the other Cardinals have gotten their money's worth at the plate, as that's playable. Looks to be playable by Jack Spike, the first baseman. It is made, and the side retires. As we go into the top half of the sixth, the Cardinals yet to record a hit still, as the visiting River Bandits lead 5-0 over the Cardinals and 7-0 in the hits. We'll take a sideline here on the Front Royal Cardinals Radio Network. We'll be back with you right after a word from our sponsors.
What makes a place great? Is it an incredible landscape, unique in the world, carved over the eons into rolling mountains and gentle valleys? Is it the rivers that sing and shout and flow into breathtaking chasms? Is it the trails that lead over hills and to the edges of beautiful views? Is it the natural places and things, big and small, and the outdoor places that people have enjoyed for generations? Or is it the people themselves? The people who've turned this land into an inviting refuge for art and culture and festivals and celebrations of all the things that make life great. The people who make food grown fresh and served with creativity and care, who make wine and beer and donuts from scratch. People who have shown travelers from all over the world all of the things there are to do and see and experience. What if greatness wasn't one of these things, or even a few of these things, but all of them together?
This message is brought to you by Warren County Government.
We welcome you back to Bing Crosby Stadium, where we return to a 5-0 ball game where the Cardinals have trailed since the top half of the second inning over the visiting Woodstock River Bandits, who have been able to produce 7 hits to the Cardinals, none. And we resume play here. The pitcher has been replaced with Daniel Johnson, it appeared, for a split second. As that will be, or my apologies, bring up Ty Johnson, the originally 9th batter, the leadoff batter for the frame. Again, I believe it is been a pitcher change, I believe. Oh, my apologies. It is still, in fact, Greenleaf. See, for some reason, the 9 and the 8 looked exactly the same to me for some reason.
I was like, pitching change. No, it's the same guy.
I was getting ready to say.
You said Daniel Johnson, and I was like, okay, that's 28. So.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say. That'll be a cut and a miss by Johnson for strike 2. And Matthew, if I haven't said this before, you'll probably notice that a lot. So my eyes fail me as much as the scoreboard does. It's an 0-2 count. Greenleaf, my apologies, is the man on the mound. As that will come close to drilling Johnson. Johnson hit the deck on that one, as that could have been trouble for him on pitch number 3. Here comes number 4. It is a 1-2 that's missed for ball 2. And the count now evens and goes up for Johnson, who for some reason is listed as Titus on point streak. That doesn't make any sense. Here comes the 2-2 to him that is popped up. Playable at second, it appears. Connor Frost making the catch. Out number 1 is recorded as he will toss that to his brother Riley at second for the flip around the horn. As that will bring up the original leadoff batter, R.J. Stinson.
Stinson doubled his last time up and drove in a run on a nice piece of hitting to left field. Probably about 2 or 3 feet short or a little bit too low of a home run right there, as that curveball looked to drop in, but umpire did not think so, as the count is 1-0 to the leadoff hitter, R.J. Stinson.
In fact, we want to thank this evening's sponsor in the meantime, Wines Bookkeeping. That is a 2-0 count on the next pitch. But thank you to the Wines family and Wines Bookkeeping for sponsoring this game. The count is now 2-1 following that pitch. Here comes the 2-1. That is missed for ball 3. So the count is now 3-1 here for the leadoff batter, originally R.J. Stinson in his third at-bat of the game. Here comes the 3-1 that is cut, and it appeared to be fouled back into the catcher's mitt or something like that for strike 2. So the count will fill 3-2. Greenleaf sets and deals the payoff. That's downstairs as it hits the outer edge of the left-handed batter's box for ball 4. So Stinson will be walked for the second time this evening. His first walk was, in fact, the opening at-bat of this evening's game in the first inning, as we take a quick sideline for a thank you to Wines Bookkeeping. Wines Bookkeeping specializes in a variety of business and tax services with outstanding support. They understand how busy you are with their expertise and can take care of your business needs quickly and effectively. They're equipped to handle the books for you, leaving you to worry less and live more, as they serve the local area for 50 years. That is lined out into left, and we'll chase Popple a little to the left for out number 2. Wines Bookkeeping, you can visit them on 214 in Suite B, South Royal Avenue, right near Lindsay Chevrolet on 340 in Front Royal, on Wednesdays and Thursdays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. You can also visit them online at winesbookkeeping.com. That's Wines, W-I-N-E-S, bookkeeping, let's try that again, BOOKKEEPING.com. There we go, I can spell. The throwback to first is not in time. In the meantime, and that one will be missed for, or rather down there for strike 1. The out at second is made in time. What a play from 2 to 4. That will retire the side off of a caught stealing play by R.J. Simpson. And that will end the top half of the 6th inning here. We go to the bottom half with a 5-0 ball game still. The River Bandits have failed to score in 2 straight frames, but the Cardinals have failed to score in 5. So looking to get some hits going for the Cardinals here in this bottom half of the 6th. We take a sideline here on the Front Row Cardinals Radio Network. We'll be back with you right after these messages.
I'm J.B. Howler, President and CEO of U.S. Inspect Group, the country's largest home inspection company. We operate nationally across 24 MSAs, and our 30-year-old brand has delivered 3 million inspections. The best real estate brokerages in the country love us because we help their real estate agents get deals closed faster, and we protect their customers. We have a proven business model and positive EBITDA. With new investors, new management, new board, and new products, our mission is to make home inspections as simple and painless as ordering an Uber.
This message is brought to you by US Inspect. For more information, find them online at usinspect.com.
We'd like to thank all of our sponsors for sponsoring the 2022 slate, especially US Inspect, who just got the word of the break. In the meantime, as we are set and ready to resume play, the Cardinals trail over the visiting Woodstock River Bandits 5-0 going into the bottom half of the 6th inning. That brings up Drew Camp, the first baseman this evening, who has been recently moved up due to a new player coming in, Trent Jeffcoat, who returns from last year, who is playing shortstop. Riley Frost moved from short to third, and Camp moved from third to first, as the first pitch to Camp is missed for ball 1. So the count starts up for him 1-0 to start things off here in his second at-bat of this evening's game. That one is popped foul on the right side, so the count is now even and goes down. 1 ball and 1 strike here for Camp. Camp in his previous one struck out. His batting average went down to a 133 from originally as he cuts and misses on that one for strike 2. So the count will go down farther. 1 ball, 2 strikes here.
Yeah, something I've noticed is Drew has a nice swing, but he also has a lot of swing and misses in his approach, as it's almost like big or go home kind of thing when he's at the plate. So hopefully he can shorten up here and just put the ball in play as the 2-2 is dealt, and it's up the middle.
That one will
stopped.
hit the pitcher. However, he will pick it up and make the play at first, and that is the second pitcher this evening to get hit between both teams. It was Jack Cosa for the Cardinals earlier. In fact, I believe, Matthew, correct me if I'm wrong, but it was either in the 5th or in the previous 6th frame. It was, in fact, in the 5th. The River Bandits coach will come out past the warning track on the River Bandits side and go back just to check on his pitcher, as that will be out number 1 for the 6th frame for the Cardinals this evening. Brody Popple coming up 0 for 2 this game, 3 for 20 on the season. Here comes the opening pitch of the at-bat to him. That's fouled off on the left side immediately.
Yeah, and I don't know if it was just me, but that looked like a for sure hit right up the middle, except there was a pitcher standing right there. Hitters know it as the pitcher's wall, as it feels like pitchers are just always right in the middle of that field on the ground ball, as it looked like the pitcher Steinberg was stretching out a little bit. So looks like that almost hit by pitch or hit by the hit affected him a little bit as he's stretching out that left ankle or left lower leg.
They will take a brief look at him. They will pause the game. The River Bandits head coach will come out, and now he's convening with the umpire.
They're going to give him a few warm-up pitches just to make sure he's all right, because if he's not, then they'll take him out of the game. That's what these few pitches are here for, if any of you guys are watching live, excuse me.
So while we wait through these warm-up pitches, we will take a brief pause for a station identification, as they will inevitably check him out farther. The Cardinals athletic trainer will be coming out in the meantime. We will take a pause for a station identification and possibly followed by a brief ad break, as Steinberg is hurt in his lower left leg, it appears. He is rubbing around in that area between the knee and around towards the ankle, as we will take a sideline here for a brief station identification and followed by a quick word from our sponsors. This is Front Row Cardinals Baseball, presented to you on the Front Row Cardinals Radio Network.
You're listening to Cardinals Baseball on StretchInternet.com and the Royal Examiner, affiliates of the Front Royal Cardinals Radio Network.
It was a code 10, hard water again. Worst part is Claire was unaware.
Hey, Culligan, our water makes my skin and hair feel like I'm 90.
Okay, are you 90?
I'm not.
Okay, secondly, how do you feel about high-efficiency water softeners from Culligan Water?
What?
And thirdly, how do you feel about smoother skin and luxurious hair?
Goodly. I feel very good about that.
That's the power of water. Stay soft, right?
You stay soft.
Good water doesn't just come to you. Oh, wait. In this case, yes, it does.
The Wines Family and Wines Bookkeeping LLC are proud supporters of the Front Royal Cardinals. Wines Bookkeeping specializes in a variety of business and tax services with outstanding support. We understand how busy you are, and with our expertise, we can take our care of your business needs quickly and effectively. Wines Bookkeeping has been serving the Front Royal area for over 50 years. Wines Bookkeeping LLC, your business services professionals.
Welcome back to Front Row Cardinals Baseball as a presentation on the Front Row Cardinals Radio Network. Steinberg has been taken out off of an injury on his left leg. As we were talking in the brief break there, it's a possible strain to his lower left leg. And we will take a sideline here for the pitcher change. And we'll come back to you to tell you who that is and resume the game here on the Front Row Cardinals Radio Network. Back with you in just a moment.
Overlooking the scenic Shenandoah River in a lovely sylvan setting, our campus is spacious, yet inviting, rich in culture, beauty, and history. It is a setting well suited for our time-tested Catholic liberal arts curriculum, the same education that has inspired and produced the greatest men and women of Christendom over the past 2,000 years. Inside and outside the classroom, you will experience an integrated life. Here, you will strengthen your intellect in such a powerful way that you will have the ability to master any subject, no matter how complex the vocational calling. You will thrive in a supportive and Christ-centered culture dedicated to helping you realize your potential. Our education is not an education for the faint of heart, but for those willing to accept the bold and challenging call from God to become the great men or women that He wants them to be. Dare to join us. Dare to be great.
You're listening to Cardinals Baseball on StretchInternet.com and the Royal Examiner, affiliates of the Front Royal Cardinals radio network.
Green 2 Ground Electrical is a proud sponsor of the Front Royal Cardinals. Green to Ground is a Class A electrical contractor serving the Shenandoah Valley and Northern Virginia region. Building relationships since 2019 by being reliable, dependable, and trustworthy. Offering both residential and commercial services, no job is too big for our team to handle. We are a licensed and insured company, serving customers peace of mind, one circuit at a time.
Welcome you back to Bing Crosby Stadium, as it appears the warm-ups for the new pitcher will come to a conclusion here in just a moment. In the meantime, we do know who the new pitcher is for the River Bandits. It'll be James O'Neill, called up in replacement of Jacob Steinberg. James O'Neill, 6'6", 230-pound junior out of the University of, please don't shade me if I butcher this, University of Incarnate Word, hometown of Normandy, Texas. O'Neill, the new pitcher, following Steinberg, my apologies, after an injury to Steinberg's lower left leg, as Brody Papa will come back up to the plate following the brief pause from his at-bat. There's one out on the board, bottom of the sixth. 0-1 count for Popple as O'Neill picks up his first pitch here. It'll miss for ball one. So the count now evens at 1-1 strike here for Popple in his second at-bat of the game.
Yeah, the Cardinals right now just getting to the third time through the lineup as they're down 5-0, which is a huge difference from the River Bandits, as in the top of the sixth inning, they got to their fourth time. They started their fourth time through the lineup, as it's now 1-2, and it's taken for 2-2 as the catcher wanted that strike three called right there on Brody Popple.
Steinberg left the game after an inning and a third, and of course the injury stopped his progress there. He faced 5 batters in the process. As here comes the 2-2 from O'Neill, as that's cut and missed.
Foul ball.
For a foul ball. Thank you. Again, I didn't hear the contact.
Yeah, no, that one was tough to tell. It just went straight down, and it just kind of popped up. That's how I knew it wasn't a swing and a miss, as Brody gets ready for the 2-2 right here.
Here comes the pitch that is fouled off. He will lose his bat. The ball and the bat go in the same direction. No kidding, glass broken there. That might break somebody's helmet if it went far enough. So Brody Popple will stay at the plate. That might be the play of the game there for the Cardinals.
Yeah, I mean, so far with that hit, that's definitely the highlight of the game, which is kind of sad, but also kind of funny, as that ball, that bat, both kind of just got away from Brody. It was kind of funny. Most times when you see the bat go flying, sometimes you see a swing and a miss. He actually fouled the ball off and still maintained to lose control of the bat. So that was pretty interesting right there, as Brody gets ready for the 2-2, hoping to keep control of the bat this time and put the ball in play for the Cardinals' first hit, as it's dealt away for 3-2.
Brody, please don't feel like we're making fun of you if you watch this back, but we're just giving our analysis on the play. No hard feelings. As Brody Popple faces a 3-2, here it comes. He will cut that one. It will be fouled. This time he holds the bat. Count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes again. Brody, if you're watching this back, no hard feelings. We're just having a good time up here as well.
Yeah, I mean, we're not giving him a hard time right now, but imagine what it's going to be like going back to that dugout. The laughs are going to be all over the place, except maybe not because they're still down 5-0, but it will depend. We'll see if the Cardinals can spark something here with a 3-2 count to Brody Popple, the leadoff batter for the Cardinals. Pitch is dealt up and away for ball 4. That is the 4th walk for the Cardinals. So it's not that they haven't gotten on base or they're not patient. They're just not putting the ball in play in the right spots.
How about the redemption there for Brody Popple from losing the bat on strike 2 to battle back and get the BB, as that'll bring up the center fielder Anthony Basio, who is 0 for, I believe, 2 now in this game. Or my apologies, he's 0 for 1. He was walked earlier. That's, in fact, what it was.
Yeah, and he had a caught stealing after getting on bases. This one is dealt, fouled back for a strike, 0-1.
That pitch, in fact, seemed a little low. It looked closer to Anthony's knees. He did take the swing at it and did make contact with it, so not a bad effort there from Basio, but down in the count 0-1 to start things off here. 1 out on the board in this bottom half of the 6th. O'Neill sets, and he will deal the 0-1. That is checked. And
I think that ball was called a strike on the pitch, not on the swing, as he didn't signal that he went around. But to go back to that last pitch, it looked low and in, but that's also the lefty sweet spot. If you've watched enough baseball, they just love to drop the bat head right on that pitch as the runner took off. It was a fake steal.
He will get there to second, go about 25% of the way to third. He will turn back. Again, that is Brody Popple now on second, following the steal from the errant pitch that got lost by the catcher, Jack Walks.
Yeah, Brody did a little fake steal right there as he took 2 to 3 hard steps off of first, almost like a secondary lead. And the ball just got away from the catcher, so he was able to take second with ease as Basio faces 1-2 count.
My apologies.
Outside 2-2.
My apologies. It's Justin Walks, not Jack Walks. As either way, the count is 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out down, bottom half of the 6th. It is a 5-0 ball game where the River Bandits have led since the 2nd. They lead as well in the hits with 7-0. And although the score may show that, they have not hit much, at least since that 4th frame where they scored 2.
Hey, but guess what? A 3-2 count for the Cardinals right here, hoping to get back into this ball game. But back to your point, the River Bandits, they had the bases loaded with 1 out in the 5th inning, and Greenleaf did a really nice job to come in and shut them down for those 2 outs, and then shut them down in those previous in the previous half inning, as the Cardinals are threatening the 3-2 to Basio is foul tipped and missed.
So the payoff will be strike 3 for Basio. He'll go down 0 for 2 in this game. That brings up Trent Jeffcoat, who is 0 for 2 coming into this at-bat. Looking for his first bit of action as a Cardinal this season, as he just came here on Thursday from reports that I've heard. And he has been, I believe he had to make up practices, and then, if anything, he might have sat out yesterday's game at Newmarket. But this is his first bit of action here in the season, especially at Bing Crosby Stadium, as one of the few returners, and the umpire will walk away from that. Not quite sure what that was. Matthew, you don't know what that was either?
Jeffcoat must have called time right there or something. I have no clue. Or maybe, I think what it was is he had to make sure that he put the ball in play. He allowed for the pitcher to pitch. And I guess he did not put the ball in play and the pitcher pitched before he was ready. So that one is down 1-0. But the last pitch, it was right down the middle. So it could be a 1-1 count right now, but ump just wasn't ready for the pitch.
Certainly could be a 1-1 count. Jeffcoat looking for his first bit of action. He starts up 1-0 following the pitch that didn't get a call for what reason that may be. Here comes the 1-0. That's cracked but fouled back on the third base side. So the count now will be 1 ball and 1 strike. for Jeffcoat, who goes down to tie the count now. He's got a man on second. It is Brody Popple. So possibly in scoring position could be the first run if the Cardinals play it right. Jeffcoat facing 2 outs on the board. 1 ball, 1 strike here in this bottom half of the 6th, a 5-0 ball game.
Yeah, it was a nice change up there by O'Neill on the 1-0 as he got him to swing as this ball's roped to short. And
that will be dropped around, and the play at first is in time, however. So it is bobbled up at short, but it won't be marked as an error as the play is in time. So the side will retire. Jeffcoat almost getting that to go. He was maybe a foot short from the bag there. And we will take you into the break here at Bing Crosby Stadium. When we return, it is the top half of the 7th from Bing Crosby Stadium. You're listening to Cardinals Baseball on the Front Row Cardinals Radio Network. Your home for the Cardinals all season long.
Welcome to Hazard Mill Farms, located in the beautiful Appalachian foothills of Virginia. The farm offers lodging, a retreat center, and catering. We also offer a wide range of outdoor activities and recreation. Located on the banks of the Shenandoah River, we invite you to enjoy many river activities, swimming, tubing, and canoeing. We provide many options for your wedding and other events. If you want a peaceful place to relax, spend time with family, simply enjoy the beauty of the surrounding area, or host a killer event, Hazard Mill Farms is the perfect place for you. All of our rental spaces are available for your special event. Visit hazardmillfarm.com to reserve today.
The Wines Family and Wines Bookkeeping LLC are proud supporters of the Front Royal Cardinals. Wines Bookkeeping specializes in a variety of business and tax services with outstanding support. We understand how busy you are, and with our expertise, we can take our care of your business needs quickly and effectively. Wines Bookkeeping has been serving the Front Royal area for over 50 years. Wines Bookkeeping LLC, your business services professionals.
Welcome back to Bing Crosby Stadium. Before we return, we'd like to say a thank you to this evening's sponsors of the Wines Family and Wines Bookkeeping, your business services professionals. You can visit them off of 340 on South Royal Avenue in 214 Suite B in Front Royal every Wednesday and Thursday from 10 a.m. to, I believe it is 2 p.m. It, in fact, is. In the meantime, it is an 0-1 count now for the leadoff batter for the Frame, Jack Spike. He faces a 1-1 on the next one following the miss there. Spike coming into this at-bat 1 for 3. He is 2 for 3 coming into the game. So here comes the 1-1 that is missed for ball 2 in the left-hand batter's box. Spike is a right-hander. The count is 2 balls and 1 strike now for Spike in his 4th at-bat of this evening's game as the 2-1 is dealt and cracked but fouled. Will just about stay in the ballpark.
Yeah, Cameron, I don't know if it's just me, but something discouraging tonight is it feels like there's more Woodstock fans than Cardinal fans. Whenever the River Bandits have scored, there have been a bit of noise while the Cardinals haven't done much, but even when there's the little bit of cheers for the Cardinals, it doesn't seem nearly as loud as for the River Bandits. As the pitch is upstairs and in, it is now a 3-2 count to the 3-hitter Jack Spike leading off for this inning.
Here comes the payoff, and that is down the alley for strike 3. That'll be, I believe, the first of the game for Greenleaf. My correction, it is his 3rd. I don't know where I got first from. I guess that was just more exciting since it was the leadoff batter. Maybe. Anyway, 1 out down in this top half of the 7th. Again, I'm making myself look like an idiot, but it's okay. I can only do it to myself. Anyway, 1 out down, top half of the 7th. Cardinals trail 5-0. Here comes the opening pitch of the at-bat to Moore. Is missed for ball 1. So the count is 1-0 to start things off here for Moore in his 4th at-bat of the game. That's popped and fouled on the left side. So the count will now go down to an even 1 ball, 1 strike count.
Tristan Moore is 0 for 3 in this ball game with a ground ball to second base, a ground ball to the first baseman, and a fly ball to the right fielder. So no strikeouts on the ledger so far for Tristan Moore. He's at least been putting the ball in play as the 1-1 is dealt up and away to the batter Tristan Moore. he's DHing tonight for the River Bandits, so nothing going on in the field for him. So hopefully for his sake he gets something going, because I know as a DH myself, as the 2-1 is fouled off, as a DH myself, it is not fun to have a bad night at the plate and not be able to do anything in the field. So we'll see what he can do here in his 4th at-bat against Greenleaf.
Coming into this at-bat, he sits 9 for 26 on the season. That's a 3.46 as he will cut and miss. Strike 3 brings up strikeout number 4 for Greenleaf. And now his 2 1/3 innings. He will bring up pitch number 37 to Tomas Sanchez on his 4th at-bat. His 3rd at-bat of this evening's game. So here comes the opening pitch to him. That is down the strike zone for strike number 1. The count is 0-1 to start things off here for Sanchez. Again, his 3rd at-bat of the game, to correct what I said a second ago. Here comes the 0-1 now. That's missed for ball 1. So the count evens at an up count now. 1 ball, 2 strikes here for Sanchez. 8 for 25 coming into this game. That's a 320. He sits 2 home runs, 7 RBIs out of those 8 hits, as that will miss for ball 2. So he will now go up into the count 2-1 on the next pitch.
Yeah, and I can't reiterate this enough. It's so important for Greenleaf and just this pitching staff to be throwing up zeros as the 2-1 is dealt, and it's flied into right field. Looks playable for Dallas Height, and it is. But as I was saying, right as that ball was hit, it's important to throw up zeros, as the Cardinals are still looking for their first hit of the ball game and trying to get back into this ball game down 5-0 going into the bottom of the 7th. Thank you for those of you guys listening to the Valley Baseball League radio network and on the Front Royal Examiner live YouTube page. We will see you in the bottom half of this 7th inning as you hear the 7th inning stretch song.
TLC Settlements is a proud sponsor of the 2022 Cardinals. When buying, selling, or refinancing your investment, TLC Settlements, LLC believes that every transaction is important, no matter how big or how small. The trustworthy team of Tracy, Lucy, and Christy bring 55-plus years experience in the industry. We are dedicated to and take pride in the service that we give to each and every customer. Although we do many closings each month, every closing is very important to us. Our service speaks for itself at TLC Settlements. Green to Ground Electrical is a proud sponsor of the Front Royal Cardinals. Green to Ground is a Class A electrical contractor serving the Shenandoah Valley and Northern Virginia region. Building relationships since 2019 by being reliable, dependable, and trustworthy. Offering both residential and commercial services, no job is too big for our team to handle. We are a licensed and insured company, serving customers peace of mind, one circuit at a time.
Welcome back to Bing Crosby Stadium as we return to you in the bottom half of the 7th. The Cardinals trail 5-0 over the visiting Woodstock River Bandits. We return to you as the Cardinals struggling to get their first hit of the game, but they are in fact getting their money's worth at the plate, going deep into the count, as James O'Neill will finish up his warm-ups here for this bottom half of the 7th inning. Again, he replaced Jacob Steinberg following an injury. That'll bring up Connor Frost. That'll bring up Riley Frost. Frost coming into this at bat down 0 for 2. His seasonal batting average 273. As that ball will miss to start things off for Frost, will be 1-0 on the next pitch. And for some reason, Point Streak is telling me his batting average versus this pitcher is 0, which, I mean, I'm going to guess is true, but at the same time, I can't prove if Frost is faced against James O'Neill or not. But anyway, he faces a 1-1 on the next one. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. That's upstairs for ball 2. And the count is now 2 balls and 1 strikes for Frost here in his, again, third at-bat of the game. He sits 0 for 2 this evening.
Yeah, and that batting average against the pitcher could just be that these two faced off in the Valley League somewhere else last year, just not on this stage, as that one swung through for strike number 2, 2-2. Riley Frost sets in the batter's box. O'Neill ready to go on the mound as the 2-2 comes in, and it is oddly fouled off down the third baseline as Riley went to hold up his swing but continued to make contact, luckily fighting that ball off in foul territory instead of putting it in play and not ready to run down the baseline as it maintains a 2-2 count. Riley Frost leading off the inning right here for the Cardinals as they are down in the bottom of the 7th, 5-0, still looking for their first hit of the ball game as O'Neill deals, and it's up the middle for the first hit of the ball game.
That is base hit number 1 on the night for the Cardinals. The cheers come in as action has finally met pay dirt here. The Cardinals' first hit comes off of a Riley Frost grounding ball that goes past the second baseman, Ty Johnson, into center field. And that is the first hit of this evening's contest. In the meantime, it'll bring up Dallas Height to the plate, who I believe is 0 for 3 in this game, as the first pitch to him is popped in the direction of left. That ball is high. It is far. It is caught at the wall. That ball looked like it was gonna go, but it was probably within 5 feet of leaving this ballpark. That would have indeed been a momentum shift for the Cardinals had that gone.
Yeah, good piece right there. Just got a little bit off the end of the bat, I think it ended up being, so Dallas Height couldn't put that one out. And just to go back to Riley Frost's first hit, that's a nice hit just right up the middle as Noah Carter steps in, swing and a miss, 0-1. But it's also just a big sigh of relief over there for the Front Royal Cardinals in that dugout, because I'm sure they knew that they didn't have a hit to that point as well, and then you just start compounding that. You're putting pressure on yourself to always get the first hit, and then it just never comes. So that first one's huge as this one gets away from the catcher.
Frost steals to second in the meantime, as that will go halfway down the third baseline.
Yeah, so huge sigh of relief over there for the Front Royal Cardinals and their dugout as they got their first hit of the ballgame. Now they're just looking to scratch across a run and hopefully claw back in this ballgame as it's now getting to the latter part of this game, and they need to do something quick if they want to win this ball game.
I like to think that with Coach Marsh being a pitching coach at North Carolina Wesleyan, he certainly is not letting them forget that they don't have a hit, as the pitching is one of the reasons why they don't have it. That gets through for a base hit. It goes past Ty Johnson, the diving second baseman, and the Cardinals score their first run of this ball game. It is now a 5-1 ball game off of the Noah Carter hit. His first of the game, the second for the Cardinals as a team. That is at-bat number 2 on the season, and boy, is it one that the Cardinals needed to get that run on the board. They now trail by 4.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a huge hit right there, as not only do they scratch across their first run, but in the same inning they got their first hit, they get a second hit, which is a lot harder than it sounds sometimes when a team is struggling to get 2 hits in the same inning. So hopefully Henry Novicki here can put another ball in the outfield and at least have first and second here, or potentially put 2 runners in scoring position with a double of some sorts. We'll see what he does, as on the first pitch he fouls that one back for 0-1 with 1 out in the first. 1 out, runner on first in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Cardinals down 5-1 to the visiting River Bandits.
0-1 for Novicki. Now faces a 1-1 for Novicki, who is 0 for 1 in this game. So he's looking for his first hit. The last 2 Cardinals to get on base have gotten their first hits of the game. Here comes the 1-1 that's cut and missed for strike 2. And the count now goes down for Novicki farther. 1 ball, 2 strikes here. Again, 0 for 1 this evening. He's got 1 out facing him on the board in this bottom half of the 7th. Cardinals finally score 1, make it 5-1. And here comes the pitch from O'Neill that's missed. And they will get into a pickle here. They will not get him yet, but they will now get him now. That was a play by Noah Carter, and that just unfortunately couldn't have been avoided there.
Yeah, he did nothing wrong on that. It just looked like when he was going to go dive back into first base, he just slipped, fell, and then he was just caught right there. I mean, it wasn't the fact that he wasn't going back to the bag and got caught in the middle. It just looked like he slipped as he was going to dive back into first base. So now 2 strikes, 2 outs in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Henry Novicki takes for ball 3, 3-2. So it changes the entire complexion of this inning, as a runner on first with 1 out is much different than nobody on with 2 outs. And potentially a walk here would have had it out first and second with 1 out, as Henry fouls that one back.
So the payoff will remain where it is, as Novicki looking for his first hit of the game. The 2 before him have got their first hits. Cardinals now pick up 2 hits on the night so far in this bottom half of the 7th. It's the first bit of action they've had, and that will be a tip foul back into the catcher's mitt for strike 3. So not a bad run for the Cardinals in this one. They get one on the board. They finally get their first hits of the game, and yes, hits. They scored 2 hits if you missed it, making it 1 run. And we go into the end of the 7th, going to the top half of the 8th, right after this break. Cardinals baseball all season long is your home for the Cardinals all season long. Back with you in just a moment here from Bing Crosby Stadium on the Front Row Cardinals Radio Network.
Woods Cove Assisted Living has been working with families for over 15 years to offer quality care to patients who need additional support. We concentrate on working with our residents in need of this kind of support in delivering healthcare and other essential services in the solace of their new home. Our demonstrated track record of providing improved quality of life for our residents is evident in the satisfaction our families feel and the contentment our residents experience daily. We focus on quality healthcare that is family-centered and involve you, their family, in their healthcare plan. We understand that the services we provide should reflect the care a family member would afford our residents. Contact us at 540-636-6611 or visit us at 201 West Kreiser Road in Front Royal. At Woods Cove, your family is our family.
I'm J.B. Howler, President and CEO of U.S. Inspect Group, the country's largest home inspection company. We operate nationally across 24 MSAs, and our 30-year-old brand has delivered 3 million inspections. The best real estate brokerages in the country love us because we help their real estate agents get deals closed faster, and we protect their customers. We have a proven business model and positive EBITDA. With new investors, new management, new board, and new products, our mission is to make home inspections as simple and painless as ordering an Uber.
This message is brought to you by US Inspect. For more information, find them online at usinspect.com.
Welcome back to Bing Crosby Stadium as we return to you from this almost top half of the 8th. The Cardinals call on a new pitcher, that being Alec Sakis, number 20. Comes to us from Egg Harbor Township, New Jersey, a senior out of Rider University. He has pitched before at Bing Crosby, and when the point streak stat updates, I can tell you exactly what he's got on the season, but that might take a minute. So we'll get started regardless. That'll bring up the leadoff batter of the frame for the Rebels, and of course it's a righty, so I can't see the number. It appears to be Jose Hernandez, according to the scoreboard. 5-1 ball game, top of the 8th. Here we go. Alex Sakis pitches, and that did a cut and miss by Hernandez to record strike number 1 on the at-bat. So it's 0-1 to start things off here for Hernandez, who is 2 for 3. And it still says Greenleaf is in. However, that looks like Alex Sakis out there. And the ball will drop at the wall. And it will be a double for Jose Hernandez, who will go 750 now on the night with a 3 for 4.
Yeah, and just as I was about to say before he hit that ball, is Cardinals are looking to put up their 4th straight 0 against the River Bandits, as they're still trying to get back in this ball game, as their offense scored 1 in the bottom half of the last inning, getting their first 2 hits of the ball game, as Dallas Height just missed a home run as well, making it a 5-1 ball game last night. But with a runner on second, the River Bandits looking to respond. Pitch up and away, 1-0, as Sakis looks to leave that runner on second base to end this inning with nobody out.
Justin Walks is your man at the plate for the River Bandits. He's gone 1 for 3 this evening, 3 for 10 coming into the game. Faces a 1-0. Sakis will look back, and in fact, it is Sakis. Thank you, Eyes, for proving that to me. Here comes the pitch. He cuts and misses for strike 1. I need to stop being so cheesy in the live streams, to be honest with you. 1-1 count on the next one. Alex Sakis is the man on the mound. Point streak's telling me it's still Greenleaf, but I can see that it is, in fact, a 0. So 2-0 instead of 2-9 now. It's Alex Sakis facing a 5-1 ball game. That pitch misses for ball 2, so the count will go up for Walks. 2 balls and a strike here. Again, Walks 1 for 3 in this game. He has hit once and has gone quiet every other time. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Sakis will deal, and that's fouled off on the left side.
I just want to make sure.
2 balls and 2 strikes now for Walks. Again, his 4th at-bat of this evening's game. Sakis will set on the mound. Got a man behind him. It's Jose Hernandez. And he will deal the 2-2. That's outside for ball 3. So the count will fill 3 balls and 2 strikes here. Walks, again, 1 for 3 in this game. And he might actually get walked depending on what Sakis can do here. And here comes the payoff. That's popped foul. So the at-bat will stay alive for Justin Walks. Again, 1 for 3 this evening. He's facing a payoff again on the next one.
I just want to make sure that they had it right, that it was Sakis pitching, not Greenleaf. Paul just goes, shut up and get back here, bro.
The people across the hall are just funny. Sakis sets, looks back at second. Boy, are we having fun losing 5-1.
We shouldn't be having this much fun losing 5-1, but
I think we're having more fun now than losing 11-4 the other night. But with a 4-run game, it's so much fun. It's more fun than a 7-run game. But anyway, here comes the payoff again.
Ow.
That dings him in the right foot, and he will take the 90-foot walk of fame. I think regardless, that would have been a walk, obviously, if it hit him, but obviously, or rather not, it probably still would have looked a little low.
Yeah, that was a break for the Cardinals, though, because that ball was in the left-hand batter's box, and I think if it didn't hit him, the runner on second, Jose Hernandez, probably would have gotten to third base pretty easily. So, yeah, it's a hit by a pitch, but kind of lucky it was because at least it kept that runner at second base. And now we have first and second for the River Bandits in the top of the 8th inning with nobody out. So double play ball or strikeout right here from Sakis would be huge as the pitch is dealt and fouled back 0-1.
So they actually listened to the idiots in the broadcast booth and updated point streak. So Alex Sakis is now the pitcher for the Cardinals on point streak. It did say Tyler Greenleaf was still on the mound. However, I did take a good look, and I saw a 0 instead of a 9, even though I thought it was an 8 earlier. So here comes the 0-1. That's bunted and fouled back. So the count will now be 0-2. How am I having this much fun right now? Anyway, all kidding aside, I hope everybody is enjoying this game. Just poking a little bit of fun at everybody this evening. We poked a little bit of fun at Brody Popple for losing his bat on the 2-1 or the 3-1, whichever it was, that ended up being either a 2-2 or a payoff on the next one. And Tremblay is now at the plate facing a 1-3. Sakis on the mound, and that will be strike 3 looking as Sakis picks up his first of the game, his 5th of the season.
Yeah, just as I called, they needed a strikeout or a double play right there. And right there, Sakis gets the K. Very important for the Cardinals right there, as the double play ball could end the inning right here. So with 1 out, hopefully a double play to third baseman, second baseman, shortstop, whatever it may be, can be induced here on most likely a slider or changeup low. Get the batter out on his front foot as the first pitch is dealt for a strike over the outside corner, 0-1. So for those of you just joining us, or if you tuned out a little bit and came right back, it is the top of the 8th inning. The River Bandits are threatening, still up 5-1 on the Front Royal Cardinals, as the Cardinals got their first base hit in the last inning, scoring their first run, as well as Sakis delivers a ball inside. So the River Bandits are up 8-2 in the hit column and 5-1 in the run column. And they're threatening here with first and second, 1 out, and a 1-1 count to the 8-hitter Colin Tremblay, who is also playing center field tonight for the River Bandits. He is 1 for 3 on the night with a strikeout, a fielder's choice, and a base hit. He has scored 2 runs and is looking to improve his stats for the night right here.
I hate to correct you, but they did move on to the 9th batter. Ty Johnson has been replaced by number 10, Jalen Buster, 5'11", 175-pound junior out of JMU. Go Dukes. Hometown Roanoke, Virginia, faces a 1-2. His first at-bat of the game, he is 4 for 19 this season, as that pitch will be outside for ball 2. So a 2-2 count on the next pitch. There's 1 out down in this top half of the 8th. River Bandits lead 5-1. Sakis sets. We'll look back at second. Nobody home to make the play. Here comes a 2-2. That is missed for ball 3. So the count fills 3 balls, 2 strikes here for Jalen Buster, his opening at-bat of this evening's game. Again, he has come in for Ty Johnson. And I believe Johnson went through 3 at-bats.
Yeah, Johnson went 1 for 2 with a sac fly, a pop out, and a base hit. As this one's roped into left field, and they held up the runner at third base. The ball trickles into home plate, and the River Bandits have the bases loaded with 1 out here in the top of the 8th inning, looking to score more runs and blow this game wide open.
So Jalen Buster picks up his first hit of this evening's game, number 5 on the season. So he is 5 for 20, which is about a 200-ish batting average, around in that area somewhere. My math is failing me right now. That takes us to the top of the lineup. R.J. Stinson coming up. He is 1 for 2 this evening. He's been walked twice, as Sakis will set and deal. That will be down the strike zone for strike number 1. So the count is 0-1 to start things off here for R.J. Stinson in what could be his 3rd at-bat in the statistic column for this evening's game. The 0-1 is dealt and missed in the left-handed batter's box for ball 1. So Stinson evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike here. And by the way, Stinson is a righty. So Sakis will set up. Again, bags are loaded here at Bing Crosby. Sakis sets and deals the 1-1. That is popped in the direction of second. Goes past Connor Frost for a base hit into right center. One run will score, make it 2. And the River Bandits will add on to their lead. It is a 2-run RBI single for R.J. Stinson. Make it hit number 2 on the night out of his 3rd at-bat. He will go up to a 666 in the batting average on the evening. And that'll bring up Forchik to the plate this evening. Forchik has gone 0 for 4 this evening. He struck out once, and he sits with a 250 now on the season coming into this at bat as strike one is dealt to him looking. So the count of 0-1 to start things off here for Forchick in his 5th at bat of the game. He comes into the game 2 for 4. That's a 500. He's got 2 RBIs on the season. So Sakis sets, looks back at second, deals the 0-1. That is missed for ball 1. The count now evens out at an up count now for Forchick. 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, 5th at bat of the game. The River Bandits now lead 7-1 here in this top half of the 8th. This is the first time they've scored since, the 4th inning, as that will miss for ball 2.
Yeah, and just to go back to that base hit by R.J. Stinson, it was a nice hit up the middle, but it was almost a really, really nice play by Connor Frost right there, which for sure would have ended the inning because it seemed like the runners were almost going right away thinking that was a hit off the bat, and it was, but it was almost a really nice play, and it would have ended the inning as he would have doubled up one of the 3 runners that were on the bags. But instead, it is a 3-1 count to the next hitter, Braden Forche, and it is a 2-run. They added 2 runs to their lead and make it a 7-1 ball game for the River Bandits.
Sakis sets and deals. That's a cutting strike. And the count will now fill at 3 balls, 2 strikes for Forchick. Again, he is looking for his first bit of action here in this evening's game. He sits 0 for 4 now coming into this at-bat. He is 2 for 4 on the season. So unfortunately, his batting average will take a little bit of a tank regardless of what he can do in this one. As Sakis looked to fire for a second but turned around to second. So the count will stay where it is as the pitch was not dealt. Runners on first and second for the River Bandits. Here comes the payoff. That is downstairs for ball 4. So Sakis will walk his first of this evening's game as he's only gone through a third of an inning. That will bring up Jack Spike to the plate for the River Bandits. He's the first baseman in the 3 spot, a 6'3", 215-pound sophomore out of Winthrop University, hometown of Lawrenceville, Georgia.
Swing and a miss right there from Jack Spike. Hopefully, Sakis can get some sort of double play right here, or at least a strikeout to get a harmless out with the bags loaded and only 1 out. So it's going to be tough to turn 2 with this slow infield grass as that pitch is taken outside 1-1.
Jack Spike coming into the at-bat 1 for 4. He's gotten some action this game, but not much after that. He sits 250 on the evening, 2 for 3 coming into the game. So here comes the 1-1 to him that will foul back for strike 2. And the count is now 1 ball, 2 strikes for Spike. Looking for a bit of action out of his 5th at-bat this evening. In fact, Spike has struck out once this game as he faces a 1-2 with a 1 out down in this top half of the 8th. His team leads 7-1 over the homestanding Cardinals. Here comes the 1-2. That is upstairs and had trouble written all over it as he had to dodge that one, and the count went out, even out in an up count for him. 2 balls and 2 strikes here in this 5th at bat for him. Sakis sets and will deal the 2-2. That will be grounded in the direction of short. Jeffco picks up the play at second, is not in time. Connor Frost stepped off the bag with the ball in his glove. I'm not sure if he thought he had it and dropped it.
He did drop that ball.
Or as we're getting ready to say our list, he did in fact drop it. So it is an error at 4, and that will bring Clint Marsh out of the dugout. He will take Sakis out without any words. My goodness. That might show some emotion there without hearing any words at all. So Clint Marsh has said Sakis is being retired only after a third of an inning. This game alone, in this third of an inning, Alex Sakis has pitched. He has pitched 32 pitches, 18 being strikes, 14 being balls. His ERA, according to Point Streak, 81.82. in a third of an inning, I can kind of see why Clint Marsh had the emotion he did now.
Yeah, he just needed to get him out of there because it seemed like every ball being hit was hit harder. Every ball being hit was just, or he was walking the batter. So it was very important for him to be able to just put the ball across the plate, but he was just not doing the job right there, as the Cardinals are still looking to fight in this ball game, down 8-1, but we've seen them put up a lot of runs in one inning, as we will be introduced to the new pitcher by my co-host Cameron.
Justin Reebok is the new pitcher, the righty, 6'2", 190-pound junior out of Towson, a native of Ashburn, Virginia, and that will signal a brief break here on the Front Royal Cardinals radio network. But how about that? A third of an inning with an 81.82 ERA. That is very surprising. We will take a break here on the Front Royal Cardinals radio network for just a moment so Justin Reebok can get some warm-ups in. Back with you on the other side of this on the Front Royal Cardinals radio network.
It was a code 10, hard water again. Worst part is Claire was unaware.
Hey, Culligan, our water makes my skin and hair feel like I'm 90.
Okay, are you 90?
I'm not.
Okay, secondly, how do you feel about high-efficiency water softeners from Culligan Water?
What?
And thirdly, how do you feel about smoother skin and luxurious hair?
Goodly. I feel very good about that.
That's the power of water. Stay soft, right?
You stay soft.
Good water doesn't just come to you. Oh, wait. In this case, yes, it does.
Welcome back to Bing Crosby Stadium as Justin Reebok has finished his warm-ups here. We bring up Tristan Moore, who is 0 for 4 this game, sitting 9 for 23 coming into the game. Bases one out of the board in top half of the 8th. First pitch from Reebok is missed for ball 1, so the count will start up for Moore. 1-0 to start things off here. Again, his 5th at-bat of the game, looking for some action late in this game. Here comes the 1-1 that is missed for ball 2. And the count will now go up farther for Moore, 2-0. Again, top half of the 8th. It is an 8-1 ball game now, following a 3-run frame so far from the River Bandits. Here comes the 2-0. That's missed for ball 3. And if this keeps up, we might see another pitcher change. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, we need a strike right here, as ball 4 obviously would bring in a run as Reebok pitches, and it's taken for ball 4. That one looked good, but the hitter, Tristan Moore, did a very nice job to sell that as a ball. I mean, he threw that ball away. He threw his bat right off to the side. So he sold it to the ump as ball 4, and now there's another run for the River Bandits, up 9-1 in this top of the 8th inning here at Bing Crosby Stadium against the Front Royal Cardinals.
Tomas Sanchez coming up now for the River Bandits, the right fielder this evening. First pitch to him is missed for ball 1, so the count is 1-0 to start things off here for Sanchez in his 4th at-bat of the game. He is looking for his first bit of action, as I believe he was walked earlier. He was, but he's looking for his first hit as strike 1 comes to him looking. The count is 1-1 now.
First strike there for Reebok, as he had 5 straight balls and threw that one right down the middle, knowing he needed to throw one in the zone eventually.
Here comes the 1-1 that is checked. No, rather, my apologies. They will call it a strike. So the count is now 1-2 for Sanchez. Again, looking for his first hit of the game. He is 0 for 3. He's made 4 plate appearances and walked on 1 of them. The other couple have either been outs by strike, I believe, or, he's been struck out once, and the other 2, believe, have been pop flies. That will foul out, and the count will remain where it is at 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, hopefully Reebok can bounce back from that first walk and just start throwing balls over the plate. At the very least, force them to put the ball in play and take the bat off the shoulder, as the 1-2 is dealt and it's fouled off 1-2 still. But the last thing you want as a pitcher and as a defense is to just walk guys and allow the opposing team to just have the bat on their shoulder the entire time. So as long as he keeps throwing the ball across the plate, let his defense do the work and get him out of this inning here with a 1-2 count, bases loaded, and 1 out. Reebok's pitch. It swung on and missed. It's a huge strikeout right there. He gets a second out and keeps those runners right where they are.
Hey, according to the scoreboard, you're wrong. It was a 1-ball, 3-strike count for a second there. So come on, Matthew, get in the game. Like I said, we got to have some fun here.
Down 9-1, you got to have a little fun somehow, some way.
Oh, no kidding, especially because Point Streak's having fun. As it says James O'Neill's on the mound and Henry Novicki is hitting. It apparently says we're in the bottom half of the 7th, but we're in the top half of the 8th. It's just a fun night here at Bing Crosby Stadium.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but all I know is this is the second at-bat for Jose Hernandez in this inning. So hopefully it is the last hitter to hit around as the Cardinals look to get out of this one and, I don't know, maybe make a 9-1 comeback. I don't even know at this point.
At this point, just anything's possible. We could shoot for the stars up there, and we definitely at least reach the clouds, but I think anyone reach the clouds no matter how far you go. As it's a 3-0 count now for Hernandez, his 5th at-bat of the game. He has 750, a pretty good night for Hernandez so far from him as the 3-0 is dealt and missed for ball 4. That will bring in another run and make it a 10-1 game. The River Bandits have now with this inning and with the 2 walks, this game has just been blown wide open for the River Bandits. Again, they now lead 10-0 in this top half of the 8th.
Yeah, and something I don't like here is there's still River Bandit fans here. I mean, it feels like they're so loud and they've been everywhere all night. So good for the River Bandit fans, but not so fun for the Cardinals right here as they're down 10-1 and they've been struggling at the plate. Now they're struggling to throw strikes across the plate on the mound.
The thing is, Woodstock is not terribly far from here. It may be a half hour at the most. I can't quite remember because it's been a long time since I've went from Front Royal to Woodstock, like in a trip like that. But the thing is, what I'm trying to get at is they don't have to drive far. So they won't worry about a little drive getting in the way as 2-0 is coming from Reebok to walks. And that will be a strike looking. So the count is now 2 balls and a strike here for walks. His 4th at-bat of the game. He's sitting 1 for 3 this evening, 3 for 10 on the season coming into the game. So making 11 for 13. That is roughly a 333 if my math serves me correct. As he will now face 3-1 on the next one following the missed pitch from Justin Reebok. And take a look at this stat. 6 strikes, 12 balls. He's pitched 18, make it 19 now. That's a miss for ball 4, and another one will come in. It is now a 10-run ball game in the top half of the 8th. 11-1. River Bandits lead. They have scored more in this frame than they have combined in any other.
Yeah, no, this is a rough inning for the Cardinals right here. As it seemed like they were just shutting down this offense for, I think it was 3 frames in a row, and now they've just blown it wide open. And it's not due to the fact that the River Bandits are hitting everything hard as this one's through the hole. It's only going to score 1 run, but 1 run seems like it's going to be a lot more as it is now a 12-1 ball game, which means that in the bottom half of this inning, if the Cardinals cannot score 2 runs, this ball game will be over due to mercy rule. But either way, this has just been a rough inning for the Cardinals on the mound as they've walked just as many guys as they've given up hits to. So as a defense, there's not much you can do. You're just hoping your pitcher can eventually throw one across the dish.
12-1 ball game now in the top half of the 8th. Here comes the pitch from Reebok. That is missed for ball 1. Again, bags are loaded and have been loaded for a good little while here, unfortunately, for the Cardinals on defense, who have really just not been providing much of any relief to each other whatsoever. That is a cut and a miss in the meantime by Jalen Buster, who has been subbed in for the previous ninth batter in the lineup, Ty Johnson, as he faces a 1-1 on the next one, 2 outs down. Here comes the pitch. That's a strike looking, and the count will now go 1 ball, 2 strikes. So is it possible that Reebok will relieve this inning's stress and deal a strike here within the next couple pitches?
It's possible, but we're just hoping it happens as the next pitch is swung on and missed.
And missed for strike 3. Reebok gets the side to retire after a lengthy, very, very lengthy top half of the 8th. the River Bandits, if you need a comparison, the River Bandits have scored 7 runs this inning. That is 2 more runs than the whole combined score before this frame. 12-1 ball game.
Cardinals would like to thank our
and coaches are out on the field.
They're just making sure that this game, if, as mentioned before, if the Cardinals can't score 2, this game will be over, and they were just making sure that's the rule. I'm sure as the ump sees it's a 12-1 ball game, and I'm sure everybody else in this stadium does, with those crazy Woodstock fans all the way to those saddened Front Royal Cardinals fans in this game.
It has just been an unfortunate game for the Cardinals, but we will take a brief sideline here on the Front Royal Cardinals Radio Network. Thank you for tuning in, by the way. And to those on Stretch Internet, we thank you for sticking with us through our earlier technical difficulties. And we will take a sideline here on the Front Royal Cardinals Radio Network. It is a 12-1 ball game where the River Bandits lead over the homestanding Front Royal Cardinals.
I'm J.B. Howler, President and CEO of U.S. Inspect Group, the country's largest home inspection company. We operate nationally across 24 MSAs, and our 30-year-old brand has delivered 3 million inspections. The best real estate brokerages in the country love us because we help their real estate agents get deals closed faster, and we protect their customers. We have a proven business model and positive EBITDA. With new investors, new management, new board, and new products, our mission is to make home inspections as simple and painless as ordering an Uber.
This message is brought to you by US Inspect. For more information, find them online at usinspect.com.
And the pitch from the River Bandits from William Carey University, number 23, Elite Avila.
And we welcome you back to Bing Crosby Stadium as we have gone through a pitcher change here for the River Bandits. James O'Neill has come out. In replacement of him will be 23 Alec Avila, 6'1", 195-pound senior out of William Carey University, hometown of Hattiesburg, Mississippi. We will get set and ready to resume play here. The Front Royal Cardinals have to score at least 2 here to end this game.
Avoid the game ending.
True. Where they they trail 12-1 over the visiting Woodstock River Bandits in a game that I don't think any of us expected this outcome.
No, especially last inning. It was just 5-1 going into this inning, and now it's 12-1 after a seven-run sloppy inning by both the Cardinals and a nice little hitting performance by the River Bandits. But for those of you guys listening in on Point Streak or on Valley Baseball League Radio on Point Streak, thank you guys for listening. And for those of you guys watching the YouTube live on the Front Royal Examiner, thank you as well. We will be doing a little post-game review or analysis if this inning is the last inning that we see from the Cardinals. So stay tuned after this if you would like to stick around and listen.
It is the bottom half of the 8th. The Cardinals trail 12-1. Connor Frost at the plate. It is a 1-1 count now as Alec Avila has been called up from the River Bandit bullpen. That one will miss for ball 2, and the count is now 2 balls and a strike here for Connor Frost, his third at-bat of the game. He is looking for his first bit of action, 0 for 2, and honestly, it has been a rough game for the Cardinals as they've only gotten 2 hits this entire game, and that was only in the previous frame, the 7th frame, if to be more specific, as Frost just about misses that one for being hit by him. And in the meantime, the River Bandits hitting their equal amount of runs as they had hits, 12 hits to 2, and they lead 12-1 over the Cardinals here in this bottom half of the 8th. The Cardinals need at least 2 to keep this game going because 1 to make it a 10-run game just won't do it, as I believe it's a new league rule as Connor Frost cuts and misses for strike 2 and the count now fills. But I think that is in fact it's a newer rule if it isn't completely new to this season. Because I'm pretty sure we didn't have it last year. Because I think there were a couple games, no need to harm anybody, but I think there were a couple of games where we got blown out like that, and it wasn't pretty to sit through them. But anyway, Connor Frost fouls that one off as the count will remain where it is off the first payoff. Connor Frost again looking for his first bit of action, 0 for 2 in this evening's game, and his third at bat. He's hoping to make something shine here for him.
Yeah, this payoff is coming and fouled off. But for any of you guys wondering, the rule is if a team is leading by 10 runs or more after the 7th inning, if the home team or away team, whichever way it goes, finishes their at-bat and they're still down by those 10 runs after the 7th inning, the game is called due to mercy rule, as Connor is putting up another nice at-bat, 3-2, and
that's
looks
a
like it's going to get through the
to
hole.
Third. The play at first will be in time, so out number 1 of the frame is recorded, and depending on if the rule does stand, which I'm pretty sure it will, the Bandits have to put 2 more away to possibly pick up their 3rd win in a row here.
Yeah, that ball looked like it was getting through. Nice play by the third baseman, but also that ball died a lot in the grass right there. I thought that ball was hit well, but that's not a bad sign for Connor Frost, as he hit that ball well, but that was his second at-bat, going at least 8-9 pitches into the at-bat. So it was a nice job by him as Drew Camp hits this one to third.
And
this play looks like it's going to be made, and it is. Now 2 down for the Front Royal Cardinals, and if they don't do something here with 2 outs, if they don't score at least 2 runs, this ball game is probably going to be over, if I know the rule correctly.
Brody Popple, the original leadoff batter playing left field, will come up. And as you said, Matthew, if that rule does stand, or we know that rule right, then with this last out, this game could possibly be over. Again, the Valley League introducing a rule within the last couple of years, if not this previous offseason, where there have to be 10 runs over an opponent after the 7th in order to call a game due to mercy rule, as the first pitch to Popple from Avila is down the strike zone for strike 1, and the count is nothing. I want to start things off here for Popple. And his third at-bat of the game, looking for his first bit of action. I think he has, in fact, been walked. He has. He hasn't struck out any, which is a good sign. But here comes the 0-1 that is cut and missed for strike 2. So now the count is 0-2 for Popple. Again, 2 outs on the board, bottom of the 8th. The River Bandits lead 12-1. So again, if that rule does stand, or we understand it right, then this game will end on the last out, depending on if it's Popple or if Popple gets on somehow. So Avila sets and deals the 0-2. That is missed for ball 1. And I can hear some cheers outside of the headset. I don't know if those were Woodstock groans or Cardinals cheers.
No, I think those were Woodstock groans, as I think they thought this game was over, and that looked like a good pitch and something that the home plate umpire has been calling all night. So good break here for Brody. Let's see what he can do with it as he takes that one outside 2-2.
Count evens 2-2 for Brody Popple, the original leadoff batter playing left field, more recently put into the leadoff spot within the last couple of games.
And more recently playing left field in the last couple of games, as he started behind the plate in the first 3, I would like to say, as he gets ready for this 2-2 count.
And that'll be fouled off back behind him. Count will stay where it is, 2 balls and 2 strikes. There are 2 outs down in the bottom half of the 8th. Again, this game could end with a strike, depending on if that rule does stand or if we do understand it correctly. We weren't really briefed on this rule. We just have a brief understanding of how it works. And as Avila sets up, he's got a 2-2 going to Brody Popple off of a foul. And here comes the 2-2 that is almost cut on, but will miss. And that looks like another call that Woodstock would have liked to have gone the other way as the count fills.
Yeah, unlike the last pitch, I believe it was on 0-2 to make it a 1-2 count. That one looked well outside, so I think those Woodstock fans were more just hopeful than they thought that was actually a strike, as Brody gets ready for the payoff from Avila right here, and up and away, ball 4. So Cardinals have a little bit of life to them if Bosio could either A, put one over the wall or at least get on and extend this inning a little bit more.
The Cardinals get a breath of fresh air from Alec Avila, the Woodstock pitcher, as he walks Brody Popple for his second walk of this evening's game. Anthony Bosio called up. He is 0 for 2. He has walked once and struck out once. The first pitch to him is missed as Brody Popple will advance to second, and nobody even played him. I think they really just accepted the win here as the second baseman, Buster, didn't even try to do anything, but at the same time, the catcher, Walks, didn't even attempt to throw it back.
Yeah, they weren't holding Brody on at first at all because they know that, I don't mean to be mean, but that run doesn't matter at second base. His run does not matter. If he scores, it's still in mercy rule territory as long as Bosio, the man at the plate, does not get across the score. So I think they're just focused on the batter more than anything right now as Avila sets and fires the 1-1 is outside 2-1.
The Cardinals have Brody Popple on second following a walk and a stolen base. Again, that was not covered at all. As Matthew said, Brody does not matter if he scores. It is Anthony Bosio that matters if he gets on base because that's something that the Bandits really need to worry about as the mercy rule, if that makes sense, would count. Bosio would be the one that takes the mercy rule out of effect now as he faces a 3-1 Alec Avila, pitching number 21 coming up. He struck out 4 this season, 3 innings pitched total. He's got a 3.00 ERA as he sets and deals the 3-1. That's ball 4. So now the run that will stop the mercy rule is standing on first and talking with JoJo Allen as Trent Jeffcoat comes up now for the Cardinals in his opening debut for the Cardinals this season. As we stated in the pregame, Trent Jeffcoat is one of the, I believe, 2 returners. I believe it is 2 because I think Jack Cosa was here last year for a little bit as well. But Jeffcoat coming into here 0 for 3. So really looking for his first spark here, but the River Bandits want to do anything they can to get on the bus and go home early. And honestly, I don't blame them. They've put on all the work.
Yeah, they've done the work to get home early, and all they need to do is stop that runner on first in the form of Anthony Bosio to coming around and scoring. But Jeffcoat trying to hold it up as in his debut. He's trying to drive in a run as this ball's outside 2-0. As I don't know if it's correct, but that's, I don't know, probably 6 balls in the last 7 pitches for Avila right here.
We can go with that.
Maybe even 7 out of 8 because he walked Bosio on 5 pitches and he finished the
runners will advance as Jeffcoat cuts and misses.
He finished the Brody at bat with a ball as well. So that's his first strike thrown since the Bosio 1-0 count. So now making it 2-1 with Jeffcoat at the plate, 2 outs. Now that mercy rule run, putting it out of effect in the form of Anthony Bosio, is now in scoring position here. So a base hit could stop this mercy rule as Jeffcoat swings and misses, or half swings and misses. It is now a 2-2 count, and the Cardinals are again down to their final strike of the night.
The River Bandits looking to put this one away as the mercy rule will most likely be in effect following this frame if Anthony Bosio does not cross home plate. He is standing at second, so he possibly is in scoring position based on whatever Trent Jeffcoat can do, who is standing at the plate now. Here comes the 2-2. That's outside for ball 3. That fills the count. I'm thinking if Avila walks Jeffcoat, we might see at least the Woodstock coach come out and have a word.
Yeah, we'll most likely see a pitching visit, if not a pitching change. But hopefully for Avila's sake, he doesn't want to end it. He doesn't want to pitch poorly in what's called, I guess, meaningless baseball right now, as it is a 12-1 ball game. And the shortstop called time, and I don't know for what reason, but all I know is they called time and they granted his wish.
I was getting ready to say I first noticed the timeout call to the first base umpire, but I didn't quite know where time was exactly called. In the meantime, Trent Jeffcoat faces a 3-2, 2 outs down, bottom of the 8th. Here comes the pitch. That's outside ball 4. So we have loaded bags, walked 3. So all 3 that are on base right now have been walked. And in fact, you and I were both correct. We're going to get a pitching visit. So we will see what happens with this as 1 out decides this game, possibly.
Yeah, 1 out decides this game, but he has not thrown a strike in what seems like forever. He's gotten a few swings, but it feels like he's either throwing it right down the middle or the ball is way off the plate. So we'll see what happens here with loaded bags and the runner Anthony Basio at second base preventing the mercy rule. Hopefully the Cardinals can get a hit here from what looks like Jack Hay pinch hitting here for Riley Frost. So hopefully they can do something here with the bags loaded, unless I'm just seeing it incorrectly. No, it is Jack Hay coming up to the plate.
Alec Avila is still on the mound for the River Bandits. So if Jack Hay can pick up a hit, then Anthony Basio could possibly score and keep this game alive for the Cardinals, making a 12-3 score. The Cardinals have loaded bags with Jack Hay, the pinch hitter, at the plate. The first pitch to him is down the strike zone for strike 1. That's the first strike that Alec Avila has thrown in quite a little while.
Yeah. And it's funny, each time the pitching coach comes out for the River Bandits, the next pitch seems to be right down the middle. So he either knows what he's talking about or he's just resetting his pitchers, and they just take a deep breath as that pitch is away 1-1. And let's just go back to that Brody Popple at bat where it seemed like he looked at strike 3 on an 0-2 count to end this ball game. And somehow we're here, bases loaded.
He's standing on third.
He's standing on third, and hopefully the Cardinals can get out of this mercy rule effect.
Here comes the 1-1 that's cut and fouled. So Jack Hay staying alive but taking the count down as he stays alive. The bags are loaded for the Cardinals on what could be the last out of the game, depending on how the game rolls here. It is Trent Jeffcoat on first, Anthony Basio on second, Brody Popple on third. So all 3 of the first 3 in the lineup for the Cardinals are standing on base as Jack Hay faces an even count of 2-2.
Yeah, and the important one to focus on is Anthony Basio if he can come around to score, as Jack Hay hoping to just stay alive as the Cardinals are again down to their last strike. I think that's the 4th time I've said that, or 3rd time I've said that. So here comes the 2-2, and it's
waved and missed. Strike 3. That should do it. The Cardinals strand 3, and in fact, that does end this ball game. Cardinals fall 12-1 over the visiting, not Newmarket Rebels. They play them later on in the series. They play Woodstock right now, you idiot. 12-1 ball game is the final score. Woodstock takes the game. The first time in the series between the two that the River Bandits have won, and surely just a shocker for the Cardinals to lose this game, especially at this caliber.
Yeah, 12-1 ball game. It didn't feel like that until really the 8th inning, but let's hope that the Cardinals can bounce back next game. For any of you guys listening in on the YouTube live stream on the Front Royal Examiner or listening on Point Streak, we will be doing a short little post-game analysis here in the broadcast booth, so stick around for that. We will be right back after the break.
Woods Cove Assisted Living has been working with families for over 15 years to offer quality care to patients who need additional support. We concentrate on working with our residents in need of this kind of support and delivering healthcare and other essential services in the solace of their new home. Our demonstrated track record of providing improved quality of life for our residents is evident in the satisfaction our families feel and the contentment our residents experience daily. We focus on quality healthcare that is family-centered and involve you, their family, in their healthcare plan. We understand that the services we provide should reflect the care a family member would afford our residents. Contact us at 540-636-6611 or visit us at 201 West Kreiser Road in Front Royal. At Woods Cove, your family is our family.
The Wines family and Wines Bookkeeping LLC are proud supporters of the Front Royal Cardinals. Wines Bookkeeping specializes in a variety of business and tax services with outstanding support. We understand how busy you are, and with our expertise, we can take our care of your business needs quickly and effectively. Wines Bookkeeping has been serving the Front Royal area for over 50 years. Wines Bookkeeping LLC, your business services professionals.
It was a code 10, hard water again. Worst part is Claire was unaware.
Hey, Culligan, our water makes my skin and hair feel like I'm 90.
Okay, are you 90?
I'm not.
Okay, secondly, how do you feel about high-efficiency water softeners from Culligan Water?
What?
And thirdly, how do you feel about smoother skin and luxurious hair?
Goodly. I feel very good about that.
That's the power of water. Stay soft, right?
You stay soft.
Good water doesn't just come to you. Oh, wait. In this case, yes, it does.
Welcome back to Bing Crosby Stadium for the post-game show here, presented to you this evening by Wines Family and Wines Bookkeeping. In the meantime, the Cardinals falling to the home-standing the visiting Woodstock River Bandits, my apologies, 12-1 here, and what seemed like it wouldn't be anywhere near this score. The Cardinals struggling to hit anything up until the 7th, and in the 8th, it just wasn't much of anything different. Matthew, who do you think inevitably got the loss here for the Cardinals this evening?
Yeah, so Jack Cosa would have gotten the loss tonight, and the win would have gone to Jacob Steinberg. Tough loss for the Cardinals tonight, as it seemed early in the game. They weren't out of it completely, but they lost. They gave up 5 runs from Jack Cosa the River Bandits scored 5 runs off of Jack Cosa. Man, I can't think right now. But only 2 of those were earned, so he didn't get the support he needed from his defense. And I think, honestly, he could have come out of that with 1, maybe 2 runs if his defense could have not had some errors. I think they ended up having 3 errors on the night. And going back to the River Bandits, they did put up 7 in the 8th inning to drive it to a mercy rule territory game. But at the end of the day, there was a lot of walks, a lot of good hitters counts for the River Bandits in that 8th inning, which ended up being the last inning. And then back to the Cardinals hitting it. Man, it just seemed like it disappeared for the first 7 frames. And even then, they only had 2 hits the entire game. So it felt like they were getting in good hitters counts and just not doing anything with it. So tough game for the Cardinals, as this one ended up being a blowout with a 7-run 8th inning from the Woodstock River Bandits, as Jack Cosa will be handed his 2nd loss of the season, even though he's pitched very well in both of those games. And Jacob Steinberg will get, I don't know what his record will be, but he'll get a win for the night, as the Cardinals lose a rough one. Their record drops to 3-4, and hopefully they can bounce back on Tuesday against the Cannons, I believe it is.
The Express.
The Express, sorry. And they can work on something in practice or just on the side, some sort of mental block, it feels like, for the Cardinals here, hitting-wise and pitching-wise. So hopefully the Cardinals can bounce back in their next game against the Strasburg Express.
So what do you think, besides the final frame for the River Bandits, what do you think exactly went right for the River Bandits that the Cardinals just couldn't capitalize on or couldn't pinpoint the accuracy to fix what they needed to fix in order to stop that from happening?
Pitching, and more pitching. I mean, you give up 2 hits in a ball game, you're giving yourself a very good chance to win the game. And then you also look at the fact that they put up quality at bats. Even when they weren't scoring runs, they were putting up quality at bats and hitting the ball well, and or just forcing a lot of pitches off the pitcher.
So Woodstock picks their record up to 4-3. They pick up their 3rd win in a row. They will pick up to, I believe it is the 3rd place, I believe is what it is. Cardinals will fall to 4th. Cardinals will drop to 3-4 on the season. Their next game will come on Tuesday at Strasburg at First Bank Park versus the Express, with first pitch to kick off here at 7 o'clock on the Strasburg Express Facebook page. The River Bandits will host Waynesboro In fact, tomorrow afternoon. That is the first time I've seen an afternoon game in the Valley League, as it is 3 o'clock tomorrow.
Maybe it's a doubleheader.
Most likely because it's
I don't
Waynesboro.
know. I don't know.
I think you're correct because it's Waynesboro. That sounds about right. So Cardinals fall to 3-4 on the season here after a 12-1 blowout by the River Bandits here at Bing Crosby Stadium. We will take our final goodbyes here, as we will thank you for tuning in on the Valley Baseball League's StretchInternet.com and on the Royal Examiner here. The Front Royal Cardinals like to thank our 2022 sponsors, the Wines Family Wines Bookkeeping, especially for sponsoring this evening's game. The Town of Front Royal, Warren County Government, Cedarville Rowing Club, the Knights of Columbus, Christendom College, Midway Service Center and Towing, Dominion Health and Fitness, Culligan Water, Hazards Mill Farms, the Brody Michael Foundation, Card My Yard Front Royal, Kenny's Sports Shop, Woods Cove Assisted Living, Green to Ground, U.S. Inspect, Lindsay Chevrolet, TLC Settlements, Reaching Out Now, and the Front Royal Little League. Front Royal Cardinals baseball is presented to you on the air by StretchInternet.com and the Royal Examiner, the affiliates of the Front Royal Cardinals radio network. Post-game stats and in-game stats, as well as box scores and everything else, is available on the Valley Baseball League's website, valleyleaguebaseball.com. This live stream is copyrighted by the Front Royal Cardinals, the Valley Baseball League, and our affiliates on the Front Royal Cardinals radio network. The use of any copyrighted material in all forms of media without the expressed written consent of the aforementioned is prohibited. Once again, your final score here: Woodstock 12, Front Royal 1. From Bing Crosby Stadium alongside Matthew Wiseman, this is Cameron Whalen saying so long until next time.